Hello, I'm Principal Chris Carter, and welcome to Northside High School.
This is the 26th year that I've been at Northside. I like the students and I like the faculty. There's some days that you need more faculty support and some days you just need the energy from the kids. And so either way, it's a win-win.
When you walk up those stairs, you can feel, and when I hit those, I just think about how many thousands and thousands of kids have walked up and down those stairs.
We have a wide, diverse group of students, and no matter what your background or where you're from, you're going to find your place at Northside. It's truly a home for everyone.
We welcome you to this great place. We're here to challenge you academically, and we want you to get involved in just about anything that you could possibly think about to get involved with.
I love playing basketball and just communicating with everybody, like just having a good time with everybody. Yeah, Northside really made me like school for real, because like I used to not like it. All the teachers here, like they really are concerned with you, like they'll actually help you, like they're really genuine.
There was never a time where I felt like I didn't have any friends or I was searching for friends, and I feel like I'm definitely part of the community, and I feel like everyone is.
I chose Northside because I love the diversity. I love being able to seeing people that are rich, that are poor, that are black, that are white in the hallway, and just everybody being able to communicate with each other is why I chose here.
I got to Northside and everybody helped out each other. Even if you didn't have as much, everybody was like a family to each other, and I just loved it.
My favorite thing about Northside is definitely the way that all the staff and students all come together to help each other. It seems like more of a family kind of place in terms of it's more of a helpful effort to make sure everyone's doing good.
Whenever my students come back and see me, I always take pictures with them, and I'll post them on Facebook because it makes my mama bear heart really happy whenever they come home and see us, because we are a family.
And so one girl said, my teachers care about me and they want me to succeed. And that's why so many students choose to come to Northside.
I think when I consider like the individual stories, I had a particular girl that did not come from a good background and she's a doctor now. Or you have the kids that are very affluent and have all the right answers and all the right supports, and yet they needed something different. You know, they had to have someone be real with them, they had to fail on their own. And so when you hear those stories and you think, okay, they still made it too, that they needed something different than just a typical affluent background, that they were struggling too. So you're gonna have both of those stories that I think is nice about this place. That, you know, that keeps me going. That's why I don't mind coming to work.
Again, welcome, and we're glad you're gonna be a part of the Grizzly family.
I'm a Grizzly for life.
Grizzly for life.
I'm a Northsider for life.
I am a Northsider for life.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us for the Don Mirocke Show. Coach, we've got the preseason, basically is the way I call it. The non-conference schedule is out of the way. We had Southside, Greenwood, and then Coweta. Now we're getting ready to get into conference. So after you've played these three games, what is your takeaway from the Grizzlies and where we are right now?
And our record says we're 0-3, but
right.
When I watch it and I evaluate the tape and knowing the type of team that we have, we're a better team than what our record says that we are.
Right.
And, you know, and we've played really well at times, but we have not played a complete game.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why it reflects our record, is that we have to be able to go out on offense, defense, special teams, and play a complete game from start to finish.
Exactly.
Fight through the things that are going to happen that are going to be negative within the game.
Right.
And respond, which we have done throughout the first three games. Not every time, and that's not going to happen every time. But
right.
But I truly believe that we are better than what our record really says.
And so when you look at the Grizzlies at 0-3, then you think, man, this might be an easy one, you know, and then really if you've watched them play and you study them, you know the talent of the kids and your coaching staff and the confidence that you have in them, that could be a different story.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, the funny thing about football is that one thing can determine the game.
Right.
It can always
Right.
come down to one thing like that, whether it's good or bad. You know, one kid's not going to lose it, and one kid sure surely isn't going to win it.
Right.
It's a team effort, and we all own it.
Yeah.
We own the win. We'll own a win when we get one, and
Yeah.
we'll own the losses, which we've done.
I think when you look at the games that have been played so far, at the bright spots of it, there are bright spots everywhere. You know, whether it's your offensive line, giving Drew some time, blocking for Warren and Jaleel, your defensive line and the pressure they've been putting on some quarterbacks, your DBs and their coverage. You've had a lot of bright spots, even sometimes in the kicking game. But I think the thing that really impresses me the most is the discipline of these kids. They look like a well-coached football team. You're not seeing a lot of penalties.
No, we have one penalty that's after the whistle.
Right.
And you know, in 3 games and however many snaps that you have, especially early when the kids are amped up and that adrenaline is really flowing, you know, to have one after the whistle penalty, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
We talk about representing the brand, representing the logo, and doing it the right way, and putting a product that is out there that people see value in, and that people are proud to see that.
Right.
You know?
And, you know, when you watch the games, you see some things that, man, if that ball had bounced a different way, or if that pass had been just a little bit, you know, closer to him when he was open, or if you'd have made this cut, or if you'd have made that tackle, little bitty things that add up at the end, but they're all things that can be changed.
Yeah.
There is so much ability on that team, and the impressive thing to me is even right now, when you say 0-3, they're excited to play football. They're ready to play. They've bought into your schedule.
They are, and you know, we're coming off of our bye week.
Yeah.
And so, you know, even throughout the bye week, it was what I called we're gonna do a lot of self-care.
Right.
We're gonna work on our fundamentals, the things that we have not been proficient at.
Yeah.
As a whole on Friday nights, and being able to go out and clean up from the ball security to tackling to throwing, catching, and lining up.
Right. Speaking of that, you had some self-healing. What about actual injuries? I know that Bijou went out with a head injury in the Coweta game. How is he now?
He's good. He has practiced he's been full practice all week.
Right.
He was cleared Sunday, and so he's now hit every single practice. Taking as many reps as that we can get him, but he's good to go.
And what about Elijah and his foot?
He's good. You know, with his foot he can play offense, he can do the special teams, but it's limiting the impact when he kicks the ball, because he does strike the ball with some power.
Yeah.
Is that if we can eliminate that impact, and it's no different to where he can get his foot stepped on.
Yeah.
In playing at the tight end spot, but if we can limit, you know, what I hope is 0 impacts to his foot, because we're not punting, but if we can eliminate that, then keep him off of that.
You know, the physicality of the game, especially in this conference, you at this time of year, usually have some injuries. Some may even be career-ending, and we did have one. And I just want to ask about him, how he's doing.
Kentrell Baker, he got hurt in the Greenwood game. He actually got hurt on the first drive.
Right.
And he had a pretty significant shoulder injury that he's going to bounce back from. But what's impressive is that he played the entire game on it and didn't tell anybody until after the game.
We didn't know he was hurt because he did play the whole game, and find out afterwards that he is probably going to have surgery, and more than likely it is a career-ending or a season-ending injury. And when did that happen? And that found out in the first drive. I'm like, golly, that's a tough young man.
No idea. And played the whole game. Played very, very well.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but when he with Kentrell going out, that opened the door for somebody else.
Right.
You know, we moved somebody out to tackle, and Kalen Rodriguez came in and played the entire Coweta game.
Yeah.
His first start, first real action at right guard, and did a really good job. So, you know, Kalen had that opportunity, and he was ready. And he sees that opportunity by just practicing hard in the bye week, practicing hard this week as we prepare for Roger.
Right. Well, Coach, I think by now, you know, people that do watch your coach show, and there's a lot of folks that do watch it, that we do it here in the arena. Yep. And sometimes we'll have games going on behind us like we do tonight, which is always fun to watch. We got the Fayetteville Lady Bulldogs in town now to play our Lady Bears. Freshman team's playing right now. Then they'll have the JV, and then the varsity will play. But there'll be a lot of folks here tonight. And then you've also got some junior high games that are going on. I know you'll have to get to here shortly. Who's playing tonight?
So tonight is both of our Northside feeder schools. It'll be Kimmons versus Darby. So
right.
The freshmen will start, or the 7th grade will start at 5:30.
Gotcha.
And then the 8th graders will play probably around 7:10.
So that's hopefully the future Grizzlies, and you want to go get a good look at and I'm sure they love it when the head coach is there watching. I mean, it probably motivates them a little bit more to play.
And our staff, we go to every game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when Darby's playing on our field or if Kimmons is playing there.
Right.
Our staff is out there. Tonight, we're going to have half the staff on one side, half on the other, and we flip every halftime.
Is that right?
Yep, we're going to flip on every half.
So who do you think, have you been watching the team so far? Obviously, you know how they're doing. Who is probably going to win this game tonight between Kimmons and Darby?
Oh, I think it'll be a good game.
Be a flip.
You could coin flip it. I think, I've watched both teams play, and both show that they can move the ball. They both play really good defense.
Yeah.
They play very aggressive.
Right.
And that's what I like to see. But they play right, and they play hard, and that's, when you're middle school football, yes, you want to win, but I want those kids to go out there and have fun. And Coach Jenkins and Coach Johnson at both schools, they do a great job of developing those kids to have them ready when it comes to high school from the 8th grade level.
Well, we would love to, as soon as we finish up the coaches show, run right over here to Mayo Thompson and watch that. We can't. We're going to broadcast the volleyball game, so keep us posted on how they do. And you're doing something tonight that we've never done on a coaches show, and you're bringing in the young guys.
I am.
So tell us who you have in store for us tonight.
Yep. So tonight we'll have Coach Fitz. He's our 9th grade head coach.
Right.
And he has a very, very important, impactful job because when those kids come from, when we start busting them over in the spring to lift, and they're with us in the spring in the weight room, at the end of the day, they're with Coach Fitz. They're with our freshman coaches. And then Coach Fitz gets them for the summer. He gets them for the fall.
Right.
And as coaches, we're at every game. We try to help out as much as we absolutely can, but Coach Fitz is the one that molds them. He's the one that has them ready when they leave that 9th grade level, which is in November, and they start transition up to the varsity level as soon to be 10th graders.
Yeah.
He does a great job of having them prepared, having them ready to go, and laying the foundation for what we want in the program. And so he'll be here tonight to talk, and then we've got one of our freshman defensive back, running backs, Andrew Brown, will be up here. So he'll be
I've seen
him
him play.
His first interview.
Yeah, I've seen him play. He's going to be a future star for you. You talk about the coaches and being able to watch these kids, and I get a little more motivated, when the senior high coaches are there. But I know you depend on Coach Fitz a lot. He's a great coach to begin with. He's a Hall of Famer here at Northside. Loves the school, but he has such a great relationship with the kids.
He does.
And it goes far beyond football.
He does.
I mean, he really enjoys coaching them. He has a relationship off the field with them. And sadly, Fitz lost his dad right before the Southside game this year, and a lot of compassion from the kids for him.
Yep.
So it's fun to watch that.
And when they're compassionate, when he's going through something, that shows the impact that he has on them. And that's why I like to say he's one of the most impactful people in our program as a whole.
Exactly. We're glad we have him.
Yep.
Lucky to have him. Well, Coach, thank you. We're gonna continue on the next segment. We're gonna have Coach Fitz here. We'll talk to him a little bit, and then we're gonna have a freshman for the first time ever on a coach's show. All right, stay with us. More of the Don Mirocke Show after this from Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about this new pretzel cheddar club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. When I add the Dijon mustard to this pretzel bun, it takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Welcome back to Grizzly Arena and the Don Mirocke Show. We've got a special guest here tonight, Chris Fitzgerald. We call him Fitz. He's the head freshman coach. He's a Hall of Famer here at Northside, so he automatically has a love for the school and for what he does. And but before we get started, Coach, I just want to say that our prayers are still with you. I know you lost your dad the day before the Southside game, and it's tough that you have dealt with that. You and your dad were real close, and Coach Mirocke and I talked about it, and the fact that your kids that you coach have so much love for you. You got a lot of response from them too.
Oh yeah, man. Today was actually I woke up and I was thinking, what is today? Thursday, and it's been 5 weeks.
Man,
and there's a lot of support. I mean, Northside, the kids text.
Yeah.
I got the thing that is special about, not only Northside High School. I love it, man. I get chills. We talking about
Right.
Northside, and but the service center, admin. I got a written letter from each one of them, and that says a lot, man. And it's like I say, man, it helps. It helps with healing, and it's tough. I miss them every day. Trying to get choked up, But yeah, that was my buddy, man.
Yeah, he loved Northside. He loved what you
man.
do, and we just our prayers are continue to be with you.
Appreciate
and I
it.
know that being a part of this it helps.
Right.
Keeps you busy, tries to keep your mind focused on what you do. Because boy, you're in a great place if you're fits to be at this school, walking the halls of a place that you walked a few years back, and you go down here and you see your picture up you're in the Hall of Fame as a basketball player.
Right.
But just the love for the school and watching what you do with this freshman program and what it is, what it does for the next phase in their life, getting them ready to get on the varsity team the following year.
Right. No, that's where my heart is, man, with these freshmen. The other opportunities, to come up with high school, and man, my heart tells me it's with these young guys, man. The freshmen, they're so much fun. It's still fun. One, they're still a little scared, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And two, I'm a kid at heart. I joke with them, and I visit classrooms that they get in trouble, and they fix it quick.
Yeah.
And it's like I say, man, it is so much fun. It keeps me young.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: back when I played, for sure, but even when you played. It wasn't like this when 7th, 8th, and 9th were junior high. Now the 9th graders are the freshman team for the Grizzlies. What is their potential playing status for the varsity? I mean, how does that work if they play, and then what are they subject to?
As a 9th grader, if they go up to varsity, they have to start or have a big role. It's like you cannot go up and play JV. I mean, you have to be basically a starter.
Gotcha.
And once you do that and you start, and you cannot go back down. And we've had over the last 4 years, we've had freshmen who started on varsity.
I do recall a few that do that. Now, towards the end of the year, once your season's over, then can they filter in up, and you start trying to get a feel for them? Some of the players that may get some playing time.
Once the season's over with, hey, if they want to pull them up varsity, yes, you can go.
Gotcha. One thing too, Coach, that I always talk about to coaches is your personal life. It gets thin, once the season starts, all the way through off season and all that. I mean, you're coaching year round, and so you have to pick and choose your time for family and all that. So you have to have a real supportive family in order to do this and maintain some sanity, But your wife Cheryl, man, we love her, and you are so blessed to have her in your corner. And I know she means a lot to not only you and your household, but what you do here.
Oh yeah, she's a big support. She loves Northside Grizzlies. She's a umpire, Wildcat. But,
she was a pretty good athlete too.
Pretty good athlete, yes. Yeah. She didn't tear that knee up. She was looking at probably University of Arkansas basketball.
So you guys have a lot in common when you talk basketball. Have you two ever come out like some night when the arena's nobody's in here and shoot threes or free throws just to see?
back in when we, Miss Sherry, sports trainer, she kind of set us up. We had we went over to Darby, you know,
Right.
and downstairs the old gym, and we played horse for the first time.
Really?
She sat there 10 foot and never missed a shot. She beat me
Really?
horse to nothing the first
Really?
game. Yes. And I was like taking it a little easy on her, but at first I did, and I was like, well, man, she's not missing.
Right.
And then second time I backed out a little bit at the 3-point line, and she struggled a little bit, so I beat her
Right.
horse to nothing. So we're 1-1 against each other right now.
Right now, so there needs to be a playoff?
There needs to be a playoff
Can
for sure.
Can the Grizzly Sports Network get some rights to that?
Yeah, I better practice though. 'Cause, I mean, she hadn't picked up a basketball, and it was like, are you kidding me?
Right.
I mean, she doesn't miss.
Well, you can't throw a dunk on her.
No,
you have to. You got to at least give her a chance on
Right,
that.
yeah.
Well, Coach, let's get back to your team. Let's talk about this year. What are your bright spots? You know, what are you looking for right now? And what's been things you may have to work on a little bit? Just tell us about your team.
Yeah, we started out our first game against Bentonville West. They won I guess you call it the NFC side last year, and man, we showed up. I mean, it was one of those games that went down to the end. We were up 14-0 in the first half.
Yeah.
They came back, made a big run. 14-12. They went for 2. Arthur Poole's son, Andre, came up, batted it down, winner, and we were excited, getting rolling. Then we went through the gauntlet, Fayetteville. I mean, they're loaded. I mean, absolutely loaded. And we had a 60-something yard touchdown called back by Andrew Brown, and there was no holding at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to it, watched everybody, asked another official, and he's like, "No, that's not holding." Been 14-7. Then we go down and score again, 14-14 the first half.
Yeah.
But that ended up losing that game. Man, very competitive. We came back home, ended up beating Springdale George 28-0, and they're good. I mean, this conference is tough.
Right.
I mean, it is. And Bentonville, we're up 7-0 in Bentonville with 2 minutes left in the first half. And then we end up fumbling, and that's been our Achilles heel. Is several turnovers, and then injuries. The injury bug has got to us. We got our left tackle back, Jack Tipton. He's going to be a good. He's a Darby kid. And we had 2 concussions on our O line. In practice. So we've been kind of thin on the O line, and in this league, you got to have an O line. And so,
for sure.
man, we compete. I mean, it was a heck of a game first half. I get up 14-0 on Bentonville. I'm going to even milk it even more in the second half, and that could have been a win. So, man, it's like you say, this conference is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, Varsity, same thing. But it's,
for sure.
I got 64 kids out.
Yeah,
huge numbers.
That's huge.
It's big.
Well, during the Bentonville West game, I was sitting in the press box watching. Actually, Cheryl came up that night, and I noticed how big the sideline was, and I started counting. I think I had 63 that I counted, and I'm like, this is impressive right here. This is what we need, because this is the future of the
definitely.
Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's a great group. They work hard. I mean, I get there 6:15. Every morning we start 7:15, and we bumped it back to about 7:25, 7:30. Kids on the bus, whatever, and they're still here. This morning, we counted 7:30. We're at 62. Had a couple of kids late because they ride the bus.
Yeah.
We've added a couple more, so it's like I say, it's fun, and man, the numbers, and they continue to stay out. Usually, whenever you got a lot of kids who don't play a lot, it's easy for them to quit these days.
Right.
And they're sticking around, and I'm trying to find ways to get everybody involved and kickoff return any way we can do it.
So kids just want to get in.
Yes.
If they can be a part of some action, keeps them motivated, and that's awesome that you're doing that.
Right.
Try to keep them that way. One of the kids that plays for you is going to be a guest tonight, and this is the first time in the history of the Grizzly Sports Network Coaches Show that we've ever had a freshman.
That's awesome.
Talk about who you're bringing.
And number 23, Andrew Brown. You're going to be saying his name a lot.
Okay.
Running back, linebacker, leader. I mean, anything. You don't even have to ask him to do stuff. And if he meets me at 6:15, 6 o'clock in the morning, he's waiting. And he's in there, open his locker. And if he looks around and, their workout gear is not hung up on their strap or hook yet, he's already doing it without even asking him. And it's neat what he does.
That's a future Grizzly that we're definitely going to keep our eye on. So we're going to interview him here shortly. But I know that you are going to leave here and go right over to Mayo Thompson. You got Darby and Kimmons playing.
Darby Kimmons.
Yeah. And so is there anybody that you have your eye on particularly
And Darby's got a big old line. You know, you got Jace Richardson, who was a Northside Grizzly. You know, his son's a big quarterback. Looks like he's about 6'3". I mean, just a specimen. You know, and that sets up perfect for what we want to do.
Yeah.
You know, that I like those running and throwing quarterbacks. You know, I love them.
Yeah.
And we're ready for another one. Promise you.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming over and spending time with us. Give Cheryl a hug for me.
Will do.
And Chris Fitzgerald, Hall of Famer. We're going to take a break and come back with your running back / linebacker.
Linebacker, all right.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this from Armstrong, the official bank of the Northside Grizzlies.
Family. It's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
All right, welcome back to the Don Mirocke Show here at Grizzly Arena. We have a volleyball game between the Fayetteville Lady Bulldogs and our Lady Bears going on right now. But for the first time in the history of the Grizzly Sports Network, we're going to interview a freshman. This is Andrew Brown. He's number 23. He's a running back / linebacker. I've watched him play. This kid's a stud. He's going to be a great player for the Grizzlies. Is right now, but he's got a huge future. And everybody that I've talked to on the coaching staff, some of the upperclassmen talk about your talent. What a great kid you are.
Thank you.
I know that you just come by it naturally, or you just enjoy it a lot. Or what's the favorite thing about being a Northside Grizzly?
My favorite thing about being a Northside Grizzly is to like experience like the fun and like the people like that are here.
Right.
And I personally was confused about like the school and surroundings, so I asked for people for help.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of help, especially from the varsity football team.
Right.
Yeah, they're a real good help.
Well, they probably see your talent not just as a football player, athlete, but just a good human being, you know, and you fit in, obviously, wherever you go. And but I like your attitude where you want to get the experience of it, enjoy it, because like I tell all the kids that I interview, it's going to go by pretty fast.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's going to go by fast. I don't want to go by fast, you know.
Well, see, that's everybody's mindset when they're young. They can't wait to get older, How old are you right now?
I'm 14.
14 years old. You don't even drive. I mean, you're a couple years before you even drive. Are you anxious to get to that point?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I'm like, am I going to crash? You know, like.
I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, I drove a couple times. I drove in this truck, and I did pretty good.
Right.
I was wondering, I'm going to crash, you know?
Well, it'll be here before you know it. You
Yeah.
got a lot of football games between now and then. So far in your freshman year, have you? What's been the highlight for you? Has it been something on offense or something on defense?
Defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love like outside linebacker since they put me on it.
Right.
I was always inside since I like to like rush and like go in the middle and try and get the QB.
Yeah.
But outside, I have like a lot more opportunities to hit people.
Right.
That's what I love about football is the physicality of
right.
it. Mm-hmm.
So you went to Darby.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play linebacker there?
Yeah, I played running back and middle linebacker.
Okay. So you're basically in the same positions at Northside as you were at Darby.
Yeah.
Linebackers, you know, it's a different format than the way it was when I was in school. It always seems to be like bigger guys that didn't have a lot of speed, kind of plug up the middle. Now you're seeing some guys that are fast, especially those outside linebackers that have speed that can chase down somebody, and plus they have to be really physical too.
Oh, yeah.
You fit that mold. Because like I said, I've seen you play, but I like your excitement for the game too. It's like you're pumped up. You're always ready.
Yeah, I always try and like pump up before the game. I try to like, what's the word for it? Like make people more excited about it, more disciplined. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Because like people like are always excited and I was like, we're gonna beat them, but they always need to know that they're gonna like, if there's a change, maybe something's gonna happen, they're gonna win. You know? Yeah.
Well, I've talked to your coaches and they say the same thing. is that you're constantly trying to uplift your teammates, offensively, defensively. That's huge. Being a leader at this age, 14 years old, a freshman. I mean, it's refreshing to talk to you and to see your outlook on sports and just the fun that you have at it. And they keep telling me, hey, you're going to be calling his name a lot, because I do the broadcast for all the Northside games, and we're looking forward to you being on that broadcast a lot. So who's next for you?
Who's next? Like
On
what
your
you
schedule.
mean? Oh, on my schedule? We got Lakeside.
Lakeside? Are you playing them here, or are you having to go there?
I gotta go there.
Got to go there? Okay.
Yeah.
How much fun is it for you to play at Mayo Thompson?
Man, it was fun.
If you and you'll know as you get older how historic that field is, and how intimidating that it can be for other schools. You start to get the feel, because you're going to play in a lot of stadiums in your career. This one is really unique because it's a pretty big stadium, and there is no track around it. So the stands come down really close to the sidelines, so it can get really loud. And by the time you're a senior, man, we may be, pretty stout, and you start winning a lot of games, those stands start filling up. And so there'll be a lot of people coming to watch you play. Do you play any other sport other than football?
Well, I just joined wrestling, to get better at tackling and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever play basketball or run track?
No, I tried out for basketball, but I rejected it. I didn't really like it.
So you're concentrating on football. Coach Mirocke loves that, because the coaches, they'd like for their player to be that one sport athlete, but there's so many good athletes that are multiple sport guys, like your head coach, Coach Fitz. I mean, he was a Hall of Famer here for basketball. And he played football too, and he was a great football player.
Yeah, he walked me over there. He's like, "Do you know anybody on there?" Yeah,
I love it. So you saw his picture up there?
Yeah, I had to go a little bit closer. I'm blind a little bit. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Who's up there that I know?" And
Right.
It's him, and I'm like, "Really?" Yeah, I'm like, I need to Google more about this place.
Yeah. Well, you need to get subscribed to the Grizzly Sports Network so you can watch all the broadcasts. And this Friday night we play here against Rogers. Will you be at the game?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it ought to be a good game. It's our first conference game, and Rogers is a good football team. They're 3-0 right now, and we'll definitely have our hands full with them. But man, we've got some players that are really good athletes, and we just need to put it all together.
Yeah.
For Northside.
First, Northside, they're a good team, but at the same time, they're not disciplined enough. You know, that's what I think. It's like they think they're gonna win all the time.
Yeah.
But it never comes out to that aspect because they're not disciplined. They need to work on the field.
Yeah.
And being on their mindset. They need to work on their mindset a little bit
Well,
more.
the good thing about these players is that, if you got to have that winning mentality, you got to think you're going to win, and you got to have the confidence in yourself to do that. And then if you can take that to the field and then finish it out, we have a lot of bright spots. We got some really good athletes, and if we can go, the entire game and put it all together, we're going to start getting some W's.
Yes, we're going to get.
So we need you on the sideline, pump them up.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right?
sir.
So when you do turn 16, we get completely off the subject right now. What kind of vehicle you want to drive? Have you thought about that?
For like a starter, like a Honda.
Yeah,
Honda.
something with good gas mileage.
Yeah.
You didn't want a hot rod or anything like that.
Nah.
No.
No. That's too. No.
You got to save that money for gas.
Yeah. I'm trying to spend all my money in
There
one
you
car.
go. In school, what's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your second favorite subject?
Science.
Really?
Yeah. But because like science and math like comes together because you have to use math for both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also my dad wouldn't be in welding, so you got to like
I got
use math for all that.
Well, I wish I had done better with math when I was growing up in school, because I use a lot of it in mine. I'm in the construction business, and we use a lot of math, and I wish I had paid more attention to it back when I was young. It wouldn't be so hard right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, I get so much joy out of talking to the players, talking to the coaches, and every week Coach Mirocke will bring somebody that just really makes the show, and you did not disappoint. I appreciate you coming. We were going to do this Tuesday night, and then they had the storm come in, so we were able to change that to tonight. So thanks for changing your schedule, and good luck in your career as a Grizzly, because we're going to be seeing a lot of you.
All right, thank you.
All right, that is Andrew Brown. He is a freshman running back / linebacker, outside linebacker. He would rather play outside linebacker because he likes delivering those hits more than getting them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Stay with us. We'll be back for the final segment with Coach Mirocke after this from Burton Pools and Spas.
Summer's winding down, but the savings are just getting started. Dive into the end-of-season sale at Burton Pools and Spas. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools. And the first 10 customers who purchase an Aquacrete pool with a premium vinyl finish will receive a free hot tub. Don't miss these incredible deals. Visit our stores in Fort Smith, Springdale, or Greenland, or go to burtonpools.com for more details. At Burton, we do more than build swimming pools. We build long-term relationships.
Back to the Don Mirocke Show, and Coach, as usual, you showed out, bringing these coaches and these kids. How much fun it is for me to be able to talk to them, but we've never had a freshman.
Yep.
And so I've had interviews with kids for years and years, and seniors that, little gun shy or whatever. And I tell you what, Andrew, he said he was might have been a little gun shy.
Yeah.
No, sir.
No, he
goes right
he was nervous a little bit.
Oh, was he?
Waiting over here.
Yeah.
But, Andrew's a really good player. He's a really good student, really good representation of our program.
Right.
And to be able to do that at 14 and 15 years old.
It's unbelievable.
He's going to be he'll make his impact on the field, but the impact he makes in our school and our community and for Northside High School is going to be what we hope to be tremendous.
Well, he's a two-position guy, either running back or outside linebacker. He likes that outside linebacker position. And don't you think over the years that position has kind of gotten to a point where you don't see the bigger guys as much as you used to? Now it's a still good-sized guy, but a lot of speed, especially those outside guys.
Yeah. Well, and as football continues to evolve.
Yeah.
Now you're in a very much a pass-heavy, world of football, and when you're facing the pass every week, guys like that are great.
Yes.
You line up and you go against 12 personnel with 2 tight ends.
Right.
He might have to go play free safety.
Right.
And so, but he's got the mentality that don't matter. He
just wants to play.
He wants to play. He wants to hit, and he loves playing.
Yeah, and his relationship with Fitz is so important to get him to the next level. Then he becomes, a guy that's going to be working for you.
Yep.
That you're going to put a lot of emphasis on him. And I don't know how you are with younger guys starting. If it's with you have to. But if the guy is the best at that position, then you have no problem. I know you got Jaden Charles going both ways. He's a sophomore.
Yep.
So for you, from my perspective, if you're the best player, you're going to play.
That's how we tell the kids that. We tell the team that. It doesn't matter if you're a senior, junior, sophomore, freshman.
Right.
If you are number one at your spot, then you'll be number one on Friday. If
Right.
you're number two, you'll be number two, and so on and so forth. So, put the best players out there, put the best 11 players we can on offense, the best 11 on defense, the best 11 for that special team.
Right.
And that's how we're going to do it.
I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of him.
We will. We will. That freshman group, Fitz, talks about them every day that they are special and they're going to be special. And Andrew is, Andrew tonight represents the 9th grade team.
Yeah.
There are a lot. There are 10 other Andrews out there on that team that we could have easily brought up to talk.
Thank you for bringing him. Like I said, that was a first, and that was really enjoyable. I said, "How old are you?" And he said, 14. And I'm like, you're not driving yet. I mean, you're out there doing what you're doing, and you're talking like you've been doing this for a long time, but you still have to get rides to practice. You got to get rides to school.
Can't even not even old enough to get a permit.
Yeah, and I said, well, what are you going to drive when you do get a license? And he said, in my mind, I'm thinking, it's going to be a Challenger or, a Hellcat or something like that, but a Honda. It needs to get good gas mileage. I don't want to blow all my money.
Yeah,
I'm like,
He's smart already.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Coach, you've got we're starting conference now. It's like a new season. Rogers coming to town Friday night. Good football team. They're 3-0. They beat. Let's see who they beat first. They beat North Little Rock, Muskogee,
and then Sheridan.
And I've watched some film on them. Real similar to last year's team. Their quarterback, very good football player. He's not big, and he has a weird throwing motion, but he's pretty accurate. But I think he's more dangerous as a runner.
He is. He's got, when you watch the tape and you watch him passing, it is very, very, I don't want to say elite, but a really good level of anticipation.
Yeah.
He sees windows opening, windows closing, and he is not afraid to fit a ball in there.
Right.
And so far this year, in those 3 games, he's been highly successful at it. But what makes him a really, really dangerous quarterback, a really, really good quarterback that you have to game plan for is his ability to run.
Right.
You watch the games in those threes, he gets through the O-line, he finds a crease, and he's gone.
Yeah.
And so, game plan wise is how can we contain him? How can we neutralize him, force him to throw the ball, and not let him get loose with his feet?
Yeah. Right. Well, Coach, he's a guy that you got to hold your breath when the protection breaks down, because that's when he becomes most dangerous.
It is, and he is a really good player. You know, and he'll make you miss, and then he'll outrun everybody.
Yeah.
And he is fast, and he's put that on tape for 3 weeks. So. I'm excited for the plan that we have. Coach Rabel and that defensive staff, the benefit we've had a bye.
Yeah.
We've been able to start working on it since last week.
Right.
And late last week was when we had started on it and had really 4 really good days of practice this week, just planning for it. And, it's not the first time we've seen a running quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not the first time we've seen a quarterback who can run and throw.
Yeah.
Every quarterback we've faced has had that ability to do that in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
And I look forward to the plan tomorrow for what they have for it.
Yeah, I think that so far every team that we've played has had a quarterback that can run.
Yep.
And I was impressed and super happy to see Drew do what he did against Coweta on some must-have third down conversions.
Yeah.
And knowing where the sticks were and uses his leg to get to that.
Yeah.
I mean, because you watch Drew, he has such a cannon for an arm, and can make all the throws and wants to, deliver that pass.
Yep.
But when you got to go, you got to go.
And that scramble on that 4th down was really the first time that he has stepped up and taken off.
Yeah.
And I told him, look at the result.
Right.
You made a smart play. You avoided a hit. And you got a first down on it.
Yeah.
And so
exactly.
He was real proud of that one.
Right.
Yeah.
You talked about you had 4 good days of practice.
Yep.
Are the kids ready to get back, get the helmets on, and go up against somebody other than themselves?
They are. And when you go through the bye week, again, we practiced last week during the bye.
Yeah.
Again, we did some different things to get our legs back under us.
Right.
We did some things to limit some of the physicality, and again to really work and fine-tune ourselves.
Right.
But we've had a really good week of practice. It's been physical. It's been high energy, and you go 2 weeks now without playing a different opponent. It's kind of like what you get the week before the season starts with the game. They're tired of hitting each other. They want to go hit somebody else. They want to go play, and they want to get back to being in that routine of playing on Friday nights.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to it, and I know you are too. Yeah. Coaches are just as ready to get out there as the players are. And I know you're ready to get over here to the stadium to watch Kimmons and Darby play. That ought to be a good one. I wish we could go, but we're going to end up broadcasting the volleyball game, which is always fun, and Matt Wack's done such a great job with them. But we wish you the best of luck Friday night, and let's see what happens once we get conference started.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right, that's it for the Don Mirocke Show. Stay with us. When we come back, Jeff and I will be in the booth.
Northside football. It's the players running onto the field. It's more than 14 state championships and fans screaming, "Go Bears."
Moody wants to throw, throws it right side. Complete touchdown, Northside.
Northside football. It's the city of Fort Smith standing together behind the first high school and a mascot like no other.
Intercepted. That's Calderera. He's looking for some help. Calderera to 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Calderera into the end zone.
Those select few who put on the jersey are chosen. They wear the colors, they pay the price, and they succeed. They are Grizzlies.
It's intended for Massey. It's complete. Massey's still on his feet.
Here he goes. If he's dead in bounds, he's at the 10-5. Touchdown, Northside. Cam Massey.
Together we stand as tall as the old smokestack on top of our beautiful campus. Our memories are etched in stone for all to remember, and our blood flows Grizzly red.
McLean pulls up, throws. Ezra complete. Ezra at the 20. Ezra at the 10. 5. Touchdown, Ezra Phillips.
For over 100 years, we've been Grizzly mad. And today we will continue the tradition that has set us apart from any other. Ladies and gentlemen, we are Northside Grizzlies.
Grizzly Sports Network pregame coverage starts now.
Well, it's another beautiful night for Grizzly football. Our preseason non-conference schedule is gone. It's over. We are facing our opener for the conference against the Rogers Mounties, and I guess if you're going to start in conference, let's get a big one right off the bat. These guys are really, really good. They're well coached. Chad Harbison is their coach. They're 3-0. Guys, they're averaging 57 points a game. They're only giving up 16. A lot of that is because they really put it on Sheridan 84-40. Watched a little bit of that game. I will say it was entertaining. You know Coach Kelly, who does not punt and kicks nothing but onside kicks, and it was definitely entertaining.
Yep.
But 84-40 was the score of that one. The Grizzlies come in at 0-3. They've lost to Southside, lost to Greenwood, lost to Coweta. They've had a week off. And hopefully, they got some things worked out in that week. But it is time to kick off the conference night. It's a new season. I'm Buzz Sawyer alongside my broadcast partner, Jeff Ferris. Mike Fuller's on the field. We welcome you inside Mayo Thompson. And like I said earlier, it's a beautiful night for Grizzly football. And, Jeff, I hope we can get off to a good start tonight.
Well, they need to. They need a win bad. They're all must wins from here on out. They're all conference games from here on out, so they have to win this game tonight. They're going to have to, from what I see about Rogers as far as their stats go, Northside is going to have to play almost a perfect game on both sides of the ball to have a chance at winning this game, averaging 50-something points a game. That's just unbelievable. In high school, you look at that, it's 48 minutes long as far as clock time goes, and to score average that many points in a 48-minute game is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's real impressive. Let's go downstairs to retired head football coach, Hall of Famer Mike Fuller. Mike, give us your thoughts.
Well, like you said, Buzz, it's a beautiful night for football. A lot better than it was 2 weeks ago. It's like Jeff said, we're going to have to play a good football game. We're going to not turn the football over, not give up big plays, and try to get it to the second half where our kids have confidence and we're in the ball game. Hopefully they've had a great off week, got people well, had a good week of practice, and ready to get at it.
Well, guys, their quarterback is number 1, Jeff Regan. He is a senior. Got a dose of him last year. He was a previous wide receiver. He's not big. He's only like 5'8", weighs 170 pounds. But this guy's dangerous. He does a lot with the football. When a play breaks down, you got a guy with legs like him. You just got to hold your breath. You don't want to see him in the secondary. That means trouble.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at him. He's not very big, but I do remember what you're talking about last year. He makes a lot of things happen with his feet, so got to break down and do a good job of tackling.
Yeah, he's got a strange throwing motion, but he's extremely accurate. And this guy's got some wide receivers that are the real deal. I mean, they're going to line up empty an awful lot, and when they do, you think that you got to look out for the pass, but they run a lot of quarterback draws, and he is a guy that can be dangerous once he gets into the secondary. Jeff, what do you got to do offensive line-wise for us? Because we're going to have to get some points on the board.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some points. It goes back to years ago where it's stay with your block until the whistle blows. They've got two really good running backs that don't need much space and they don't need much time. You won't have to hold your block very long. They hit the hole pretty quick. So you need to sustain your blocks, stay on your blocks till the whistle blows, and do that every play. And I like what Coach Fleur said about the big plays. 2 weeks ago against Coweta, the defense gave up a lot of what they call now. They don't think they call them big plays anymore. They call them explosive plays, where I think it's like 10-plus yards on a running play and 15 to 20-plus yards on a pass play. They need to cut those down.
Yeah.
They gave up too many explosive plays against Coweta 2 weeks ago. They can't do that tonight against a team that's averaging over 50 points a game.
Right.
So they gotta eliminate those or at least cut down on them.
Well, the offensive line, the starters tonight for the Grizzlies are going to be Areta at left tackle, Camise left guard, Gonzalez is going to be our center, Rodriguez at right guard, Scott's going to be at right tackle. You were an offensive lineman. Mike was a tight end. You guys know better than anybody that's where it starts. And we're going to have to give Drew some time because we're going to throw it a lot tonight. They play off a little bit of the receivers. That gives you some of those underneath routes that are going to be open. And if they do start biting on that, maybe it'll open something up down deep. Mike, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, you are in the exact opposite of what I am. And so's Coach throwing the ball.
I hear you, Coach.
So I'm not a good person to talk to on that. I'd be taking it the other way, trying to keep them off the field, keep the score low, keep us in the ball game. But that's me. I'm different.
Right.
So you're right. They got to give him time. They can't let him be rushed and forced into bad throws where he makes bad decisions. And that happened. That's happened the last 3 weeks. You go back to like Jeff's talking with Coweta, we just didn't give him enough time, and they were pretty good on offense. That running back was as good as a running back as I've seen in several years for Coweta. But I used to dream of playing in the 7A West when we were in the Central, so it's hard for me to change. When I look at Rogers and I think of Bryant and North Little Rock, that's a team I think we have as good athletes as, and we ought to be able to make plays and play with them.
Coach, you talk about the difference in the Central and the West. When we were in the Central back then, there was some power. North Little Rock was as good as Bryant is now, but they just took a loss to Rogers the first game of the season, 41-3.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, that won't stay that way long with Brad Bowden there. That'll change back to the way it was. I saw the other day where Bryant's ranked number 6 in the country. I don't think the Central's as good as it's been top to bottom. I think it's kind of shifted back up to the West. So Bentonville, Fayetteville, Rogers, Bentonville West has got a good football team. So, maybe it's shifting back the other way.
Well, Coach, when you talk about, you like to run the football, that was always your game plan. You had a really good offensive line. You had some great running backs. We've got some good running backs, too, with Bijou and Coven. And, you can't go wrong if your offensive line's doing what they need to do to give those guys a little bit of daylight. These guys have a nose for getting the green. Let's go back to 2 weeks ago. Third down man was Elijah Rogers. He did a great job out of the tight end or the H-back position, and may see a little bit of that tonight.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job 2 weeks ago, and then had that one drop, that I know it just killed him, but what a great performance he had that night.
Guys, tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Hannah Cox is going to be here. She's the executive director of the Chick-fil-A, the Rogers Avenue, and their new location, and she's going to come in at halftime or maybe the end of the third quarter, and we'll get to spend some time with her. But we are so thankful for the partnership we have with Chick-fil-A. We've got about 25 minutes before we will kick off, so we've got some pregame here, and little bit of static there, but we're going to take a quick break and come back with some more pregame. Stay with us. We're back after this from Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about this new pretzel cheddar club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. When I add the Dijon mustard to this pretzel bun, it takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Uncertain on how much your repair is going to cost? At Autoplex Collision Repair, we understand that unexpected accidents can leave you financially stressed. That's why we offer Repair Now, Pay Later. Start your repairs today and spread the payments over time so you don't have to wait to get back on the road. With flexible payment options, you get the repairs you need without the financial burden. Let's get you back on the road, worry-free. Visit fixrex.com to learn more and start your repair today.
Fort Smith is a city built on pride, community, and a rich history. Our neighborhoods tell the story of where we've been and where we're going. And just like sports, real estate takes teamwork, dedication, and trust. I'm Vicki Cooper with the Heritage Group Real Estate Company in Fort Smith. And whether you're buying or selling, I would be honored to help you find your place in this great community.
Family, it's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
All right, welcome back. Yeah, tonight being the opener for our conference, it'd be great to get a win, obviously, against a team like this. It's going to be tough, no question. Like you said, Jeff and Mike, that you just can't do anything wrong. Everything's got to go your way. One thing that I've been impressed with Coach Mirocke's team this year is the discipline of the team. As far as penalties, you can go back to the Southside game. Usually in your opener, you're going to see a lot of procedure penalties. You're going to see, in the past, you've seen some personal fouls and things like that, and the tempers run high when you're playing your crosstown rival. But we've just had one in 3 games now. We've done great with the penalties, and it's been pretty impressive. So that's another thing that's got to go in our favor tonight.
We ask that you please
all right, we're going to
respect and good sportsmanship.
Kick back here, and we're going to have the national anthem and our Grizzly choir. Enjoy.
For any safety or security concerns, please contact SSPS police officer. For your convenience, the officers are located throughout the stadium. Enjoy the game and go Bears. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the presentation of the colors by the Northside JROTC and the Star Spangled Banners performed by the Northside InSound and the Northside Alma Maters performed by the Northside Marching Grizzly Band. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
burgers here. Tell you what they had I really liked. You had some of those voodoo chips. Did you eat some of those?
Yes, sir, I did. Yeah, those were good. Yeah.
Ricky Smith, who is responsible and takes on the chore of organizing this every week, does a great job with our catering, and we look forward to that. Nobody eats before they get here because whatever it is going to be good. So thank you, Ricky, for what you do, and thank you, walk-ons. The pregame meal was brought to you by R&R Curry this afternoon for our players, and definitely want to say thank you to them. It was really, really good, I was told. Coach Hansen organized that, and I was talking to Coach Mirocke. He said, man, they had some lemon chicken. And he said, whatever you do, don't make it too spicy because, we don't need any sick players, tonight. And he said they did perfect with it. So thank you to R&R Curry. It's right over here by Northside, too. Elavito, who caters the volleyball games for our broadcast team.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the Northside Athletic Booster
they've been a great partner for the Grizzlies, too. Thank you to them. Well, what a pretty night it is, guys. I mean, it's about 67 degrees right now. There is no wind, no favor to the passers and the kickers. It is a beautiful, beautiful night. And we're just about 17 minutes away before we kick this off. Again, this is a very explosive Rogers team. They are led by quarterback Jeff Regan, and he's going to line up in an empty set a lot tonight, but that does not mean he's going to throw it. A lot of quarterback draws, and once he gets into the secondary, he's got some speed, but he's real elusive, so you got to really contain that guy, and I know that the coaches have a plan for it. Now, I'm going to go back to Coach Fuller. When you played guys like Conway, that I remember they had a really good quarterback, Donovan. He was not only could he throw it, but he could run. How do you prepare for a guy like that, Coach?
Well, we always have taught them you got to be very disciplined in your rush lanes. You got to keep contained. Don't let him break outside. And then if it was somebody that we really thought was trouble running, we might put a spy on him with a linebacker. So, be disciplined, stay in your rush lanes, break down, don't run past him. Don't take the juke because he's going to give you a juke.
Yeah, and, you talk about his ability to pass, and he's got some really good receivers. Titus Kramer, Cooper McDaniel, Drayson Volk, Parker Nix, but the one that really gets my attention, if you remember this guy, Braxton Lindsay, number 14. He's 6'3", 240. The guy's a tremendous receiver, made a one-handed catch against Sheridan in the back of the end zone, but he is a linebacker, and the guy is probably may be the best athlete in Arkansas. He's a two-sport athlete, plays basketball too, and if you remember him from basketball last year, man, we struggled with him. He got in foul trouble early. That was the only thing that really helped us. But look for number 14 on Rogers' team. He's going to be a factor tonight along with number 1, Jeff Regan. When you talk about the Grizzlies, all that starts with our quarterback, Drew Jackson. And he's got some receivers too, guys. Von J. Johnson, Keelan Mendoza, Jaden Charles, Elijah Rogers. Elijah, who performed magnificently on third down last week, but we just need a big night. And like I said, they're going to play off of us a little bit. It's going to give us the ability to try to get some of these underneath routes, and as soon as they start biting on it, maybe you can get a deep throw here and there. But I know Mike would like to see them churn it out on the ground, and they've got the backs to do it. So whatever's working, I'm sure that's what they're going to go to.
50 tickets to support the Northside and Steppers.
All right, you see the administration down there on the field, led by Chris Carter, our principal. Yeah, I had to really devour that burger trying to get it before we started. I'm sure they've got more out there. I don't know that I really got to taste it. I may have to, at a timeout, run back out to the hall and see if they've got anything left.
Are you on a 2 or 3 limit?
I'm on that seafood diet.
Yeah.
If I see food, I'm eating it. I need to get back in the gym at some point. Well, when I got here this afternoon, Jeff, I thought about you because there was nothing but a lot of wasp out here. And I said, yeah, this is not going to fly very well with Jeff. So I got some wasp spray.
Did you get them?
And so I went outside here to the top of the stadium and sprayed what I could. But there's still a few out there. So I know you've got your eye open.
I got my hat on, so I'm good to go.
I'll give you a few stats while we're waiting for the Grizzlies to come out. Defensively, Jonah Calderera has 11 solo tackles, 15 assists, 1 tackle for loss. Abram Dotson has 11 solos, 4 assists. Amari Hill, 9 solos, and one of those solos, guys, if you remember, the lick he had on that Greenwood running back laid him out, and that was the Autoplex collision of the game. Angel Johnson, 7 solos, 12 assists. Check that, 19 assists. Hunter Hansen, 2 solos, 12 assists. Jalen Chavez has 6 solos, 7 assists. His brother Max, 7 solos and 5 assists. Cheerio, who also has he's in the inventory for that end of the season award for the Autoplex collision of the game. He got one in the preseason game against Texarkana. He's got 3 solos. He has 4 assists, and he's got 3 tackles for loss. Well, you'd love to see some tackles for loss tonight. If you could get this elusive quarterback, I'm just telling you, he's going to be a problem. And if you can contain him, you're going to have a chance. But if you cannot contain him, he's going to run up and down the field.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like anybody's contained him so far this year, but maybe the Grizzlies will be up to the task tonight. It's going to be a huge task for the defense, and if they're up to it and they can get that done and they can contain him, because that's where their offense starts and ends, is with him, and contain him. And Coach Fleur explained it. That's about as good as you can. All the things he said about how you contain him and try to slow him down. I don't know if any defense in the state could stop him. You just kind of hope to slow him down a little bit.
Offensively, let's talk about Drew Jackson. He's got he's 57 for 113, 572 yards, has 3 touchdowns. Against Southside, he was 16 for 37. Against Greenwood, he was 12 for 30. Against Coweta, he was 29 for 46. Bijou for the season has run it 46 times, 330 yards. He's averaging a little bit over 7 yards a carry. He has 3 touchdowns. Jaleel Colvin has carried it 26 times for 87 yards, averaging a little bit over 3 yards a carry. Hadn't got a touchdown yet. Boy, he was close.
Yeah,
he was close against Coweta. He had some big carries. down there at the end, and it looked like he was going to get into the end zone. From our vantage point, it looked like when he got into the end zone is when he fumbled, but when you went back and looked at the replay from the camera that was on the field, he was about a yard short of getting in. He was close.
Yes, he was. That hurt right there.
All right, receiving for the season, Keelan has 19 receptions, 231 yards, averages a little over 12 yards a catch, has 1 touchdown. Vonjay has 12 receptions for 120 yards. He's averaging 10. He has 1 touchdown. Jaden's going to go both ways tonight. Jaden's just a sophomore, 7 receptions, 82 yards, averages 8.86. No touchdowns yet for Jaden, but that's coming for him. Elijah Rogers has 7 receptions for 112 yards. He's averaging 16, has a touchdown. So there are your offensive and defensive stats for the Grizzlies. I'd like to have, get off to a good start in this opening drive. I was talking to Coach Mirocke about what is going to be your decision on the toss, and he said, well, we've gotten the ball first the last 3 games, and we've turned it over on the first drive every time. So he said it's going to be a feeling that I get, right before we have the coin toss. He said, I really can't tell you exactly what I'm going to do right now. He said, my gut feeling says take it. We want to try to move the football and see if we can't get some points on the board quick, because possessions are going to be definitely important tonight against a team that scores so many points. So you want to try to get as many points on the board as you can. Coach, what's your feeling about that as far as taking it or kicking it?
Buzz, you know what I'm going to do.
We're going to defend.
Choice, we're going to kick the ball off and play defense. Get it at the beginning of the third quarter. That's what I always liked, and not saying the other was wrong. Just saying that's what I would do if I was pulling the trigger on that stuff. But it's not me. So hopefully they get it and go score. Us, meaning us.
Us. That's exactly right. All right, well, we are anticipating the Grizzlies coming out. Our on-the-field camera is ready. They'll be coming out of the east end zone, out of the Grizzly helmet. Rogers will come out first, but usually that's the plan. So we got Aaron on a camera up here on the camera deck. Jordan Baker is perched in the end zone by the band, and I tell you what, Jordan, she her ears have to ring after every broadcast. Last night, we were doing a volleyball game. The band was really, really loud, but it's so much fun to have them there. It changes the environment completely. And when the band is there, they do a great job. But where she is right now, she's basically in their stands. She's perched right next to them. And I know it gets loud for her, so we appreciate the job she does. And she brings some really good angles of plays from the end zone. Sometimes in games, I like to go to sit in the end zone. If you're high enough where you can really see the play develop, I don't know, I'd rather be in the end zone sometimes than on the 50-yard line. And Coach Mirocke in his first year as head football coach, and this is his first experience with high school, and that is a whole different coaching, I guess, experience than coaching in college. And he's been to a lot of different places. His last stop was offensive coordinator at Arkansas Tech, and he is enjoying his first year. And he'd like to get a win, no question about that. But these kids are definitely buying into the program, and he didn't have a spring. He had to come in and start late, and so he's having to do everything and get in fifth gear. So you want to get this season, once this season gets behind, and then you've got the whole year now to start, really preparing. So we're excited for the way the Grizzlies are going. Looking forward to seeing how they're going to compete against a really good football team tonight. Southside, I felt like we should have won that game. We had some turnovers that you'd like to have back. We had some missed opportunities, pass and catch opportunities. And but then Greenwood, they're a good football team, no question about that. Coweta, I felt like we probably should have beat them too. If you come into this game tonight, I think Rogers will probably be the best team that we've played so far. I think they're a better team than Greenwood.
Yeah, I was telling you earlier about the text I got this morning from a friend of ours that lives in Rogers, and he coached in high school until he got up and got into administration, and he said this is a really complete team. He said from offense to defense to special teams, he said they've got it all.
Yeah.
And so he said this is going to be a really tough test for the Grizzlies tonight. And if he said that, and he usually don't, he's kind of like Lou Holtz. He don't toot his own horn.
Right.
So if he says this is a good team and they're a complete team, then you better take his word for it.
Well, they definitely have a lot of talented athletes. You see the captains on the far side of the field for the Rogers Mounties. Grizzlies again have not made it to the helmet yet, or their captains have not come out. Coach Fleur is at midfield. He'll be waiting for the coin toss. And he always tries to get an interview with Coach Mirocke before the kickoff, and that is going to be our plan. And we welcome our Rogers live stream in. Zach Land, who runs the live stream for Rogers, does a great job. And we communicate a lot this week about rosters and pronunciations and positions and who to look for, and things like that. And so I appreciate his help, and they are here tonight set up, so we welcome them in to Mayo Thompson.
Nick King.
This will be Taryn Kirsch along with Nick King and Max Chavez. That's going to be your captains for the Grizzlies. For the Rogers Mounties, it's Grayson Cooper along with Zeke Parsons. And you'll also have, it's going to be Jeff Regan, and that's Braxton Lindsay. So Lindsay's number 14. He is, in my opinion, if he's not the best athlete in the state, he's going to be close. To me, he reminds me of a Peyton Hillis. He's 6'3", 240, and very agile. He plays linebacker, and he also plays tight end.
You talked about him during basketball season last year, I believe, at that game. Bobby Petrino was at that game.
Let's go down to. I'm sorry, Mike. Were you able to get the coin toss there?
Northside won, taking the ball.
Okay. Okay, Jeff. I'm sorry. Petrino was at the basketball game.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that. We tried to get some close-ups of him with our cameras. All right, now we're going to have the hype video. It's on the Jumbotron. The Grizzlies have made their way to the helmet.
Northside football. It's the players running onto the field. It's more than 14 state championships and fans screaming, "Go Bears."
All right, once they enter the field, then we're going to try to get down to Coach Fleur if he'll have a second or two to get the feeling from Coach Mirocke. Because he told me before this afternoon that he would probably, as the Grizzlies come onto the field, he would probably take the football, even though he's got it the last 3 games and we've turned it over each time. So hopefully that's different tonight. All right, let's go downstairs, see if we can get an interview with Coach Mirocke. Coach?
Last week, tell me how it went going into conference.
It was good. We're ready to play tonight. Conference starts 0-0, ready to roll.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
right, that's his feeling. 0-0. Juan Chaparro is going to be the kicker for the Mounties. He'll tee it up at the 40. Warren Bijou, who is going to go deep, along with Jaleel Colvin. Justin Gardner will also be back, along with Jeremiah Cartmill. And Chaparro, he's got a decent leg, but it's not one of those that he's going to kick it 5 yards deep in the end zone. So this will probably be returnable. They gave Sheridan a little of their own medicine on some onside kicks last week, so I don't imagine that they'll start with that, but they are capable of it. Chaparro has it teed up. Jaleel and Warren are ready. They're waiting for the signal from the white hat, and we are ready to go. Yeah, there is that onside kick, and it will be, look like there's going to be a fight for it. So we're 4 for 4 now on
Onside kick recovered by Rogers.
Taking the football and losing it in the first. Well, we didn't even have a drive then. I saw them do that against Sheridan. I didn't think they would do it in the opening kickoff tonight, but they did, and they get the football. So that is going to bring on Jeff Regan, the quarterback. He's going to have Titus Kramer in the backfield with him. The ball close to the right hash. He'll have twins into the boundary. Twins to the right, to the left side. That is the wide side of the field. He's going to send a man in motion. That's Braxton Lindsay. All right, Regan's going to hand off to Kramer. Kramer slips by the defensive line, and he'll pick up.
Kramer on the carry. Number 16, Amari Hill.
The line of scrimmage will be the 38-yard line, second down and 3. So Kramer gets a pickup of 7. He'll be in the backfield again on the right hip of Jeff Regan. Regan wants to throw. And it is intercepted. And that is intercepted by Jalen Chavez. This afternoon we had both the Chavez brothers. It was me and Coach Mirocke and the Chavez brothers, and Coach Mirocke said, "One of you guys get a pick tonight." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Jalen gets the pick, and we'll get the football back. We'll have it on our own 5-yard line. That pass was intended for Cooper Daniel. He's the senior wide receiver. He's in man-to-man coverage. What a great job by Jalen Chavez to locate the football and get the Oscar. All right, this will be Drew Jackson. He'll be standing on his own goal line. Warren Bijou on his right hip. Now he'll send Elijah Rogers in a stack formation left side, throws it to him, and he's hit immediately. And they're going to say it is incomplete. Otherwise, that would have been a fumble and a touchdown. So we got a little break there. It's going to be second down and 10 from the 5.
Elijah Rogers, second down.
Jaden Charles split wide to the right side. Von J split to the left. Now he's in the slot. Keelan split wide to the left. They're going to give it to Bijou, but boy, he is hit immediately by Braxton Lindsay. Golly, guys, that's a man.
Yep.
That's a loss of 2, third down and 12 yards to go. Now Drew 2 yards deep in his own end zone. Tries to draw him off sides. All right, Drew's going to have to get rid of it, and that's going to be incomplete. Really nobody there but a white shirt, so it's going to bring probably Chavez out. Let's see who comes out to punt. Looks like it's going to be Max Chavez. Elijah Rogers still struggling with a foot injury. Grayson Volk will be deep. He'll be at the Grizzly 47-yard line. Oh, Chavez is going to have his heels on the out-of-bounds line. He gets it away. That's a good kick. And it's going to be picked up at his own 49. Volk looks for some help there. He's going to be hit and taken down at the 24-yard line. So Volk gets up just a little bit tender there. I don't know if it's his left leg. He got hit pretty hard. He had some running room, guys. The ball hit, took a Grizzly bounce, but he was there to pick it up at his own 48. It's all the way back down to the 24-yard line. So we're going to have a 1st and 10 with Xander Burke in the backfield this time. Trips to the left side, Lindsey into the boundary. That is Xander Burke. He's a hard runner. He'll have enough for a 1st down.
Number 40, Angel Johnson on the stop.
They'll move the chains. The ball will be at the 13-yard line. Burke again in the backfield with Regan. Nick split wide to the right side. The give is to Burke, and there is nobody there to even touch him.
Number 22, Burke.
So he'll score from the 10-yard line to make it 6-0 with 9:53 to go in the first quarter. That'll bring on Chaparro to kick the extra point. So just a little more than 2 minutes. We've had a fumble, we've had an interception, and we've had a touchdown.
Chaparro to attempt the extra point.
Brooks Barriola will be the holder. It's down, the kick is up, and it's good. 7-0 is the score. Stay with us. We'll be back with the kickoff after this from Ted's.
Whether it's record temperatures or below freezing, Ted's is here to keep you comfortable all year long. We've been in business for over 55 years, and we love serving our community. Call today and schedule your seasonal checkup so you're always prepared for what's around the corner. Ted's Air Conditioning and Heating, always ready to help. Tell us you saw Duke and save 10%.
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility? Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes? The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
Bijou and Coven are deep for the second kick in just a little over 2 minutes from Chaparro. Last time he had an onside kick. This time he just kicks it to the up back, takes it at the 20. Won't get maybe a couple of yards there. That was Justin Gardner that returned the kickoff. So it'll be at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for Drew, down 7-0.
1st and 10, Grizzlies, ball spot on the 23-yard.
Drew looks, wants to throw behind his intended receiver. That was Keelan Mendoza. Keelan was coming across the field on a drag route. It was just behind him. He was open. Well, we just missed him. 2nd down and 10.
I think the Grizzlies need to settle down a little here and pick up a couple of first downs if they can. Calm their quarterback down a little bit.
This time Drew's going to go. He's going to go empty. He's going to send Bijou wide to the left side. Keelan's going to be in the slot. Bijou has got the reception at the 30, taken out of bounds at the 31. So Bijou has 1 reception so far this year for 6 yards. That'll be his 2nd. 3rd down and 2. The give is to Bijou. Boy, he's dancing around trying to find somewhere to go, but Braxton Lindsey's there. Braxton Lindsey's trying to strip him. Bijou is holding on to that football for dear life, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. Max Chavez will come in to punt it away. Jonah Calderera will be the long snapper. Grayson Volk will be back again to return this punt. He'll be at his own 35-yard line. So he's giving Chavez a little respect here, and this ball is going to be taken about where he's set up at the 33. He's looking to get down the sideline, goes out of bounds. So Hansen was there to run him out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Got a flag on the far sideline. Birds are going to get 5 yards to the end of the run for 5 men being in the backfield.
That's probably going to put them at midfield. Still 8:49 to go in the first quarter. Grizzlies down by 7. All right, Braxton Lindsey. They're going to run a Wildcat formation, and now they'll switch, and they'll put Burke in the backfield along with Titus Kramer. Kramer will act as quarterback. He'll fake the handoff, and he'll go to the right side. A lot of running room there, and he is stayed in bounds. He got over the 30 down to the 27-yard line. A lot of movement in the backfield for the Rogers Mounties. Big gainer for another first down. Kramer and Burke will stay in the backfield. They're going to put Jeff Regan in the slot on the left side. Kramer keeps it again off the right side. Pick up 2, 2nd down and 8 for the Mounties. Regan will be back at quarterback. He'll have Kramer on his right hip. Ball on the right hash. He wants to throw. He's got a man wide open, and he'll just walk into the end zone. That's Titus Kramer. So the Mounties so far have really just made it look easy. 2 touchdowns with not getting touched.
Just a wheel route out of the backfield by number 4. Which probably should have been picked up by a linebacker.
Now to bring in Chaparro for his 2nd extra point of the night. Out of the hold of Brooks Barriola. Kicks up, and it is good. 14-0. 7:44 to go in the first. Stay with us. Back after this from the Autoplex.
With rising costs everywhere, from groceries to gas, we know repairs can feel out of reach. Insurance deductibles and repair costs can make you hesitant to start. But at Autoplex, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between your budget and getting your car repaired. Our Repair Now, Pay Later option helps ease the financial burden so you can get the quality repairs you need without the wait. Let us help you get back on the road. Visit fixrex.com to learn more.
Well, if you like fumbles and interceptions and touchdowns,
onside kicks,
stay tuned. As Chaparro will tee it up for the third time. Still 7:44 to go in the first quarter. Warren and Jaleel deep. Chaparro has yet to kick one to him. The last time it was taken by Justin Gardner. Another onside kick. And it will be picked up by the Rogers Mounties. Keelan tried to get it. And I think it looked like it may have come off of his shoulder pad. And it was easy pickings there for Rogers to get the football back.
Took a real funny bounce. Popped straight up.
Yeah.
We hit it and went backwards to them. I might think about putting my hands team out there.
That was Keelan.
I'm talking about the whole two front lines up front playing onside kick. One guy back deep. I mean, if they're going to do that all night.
1st and 10 from midfield. Bounties have showed you a lot of different formations, a lot of talented athletes there as Regan will be at quarterback. He'll have Burke in the backfield with him. He wants to throw. He does, and it is incomplete. That was intended for Braxton Lindsay. Good coverage by the Grizzlies. Jonah Calderera was there. 2nd down and 10 for the Mounties. Parker Nix was split wide to the right side, along with Drayson Volk and Cooper McDaniel. Lindsay into the boundary, one back in the backfield with Regan. 2nd down and 10. He'll give it to Burke. Burke is hit hard by Cheerio, but he's going to pick up. He's over the 45 down to the 44. Pickup of 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4. So Cheerio hit him pretty quick, but he drug him for just a little bit. Is this the first 3rd down that Rogers has had?
I think it's the second one.
Regan gives it to Burke. Burke will easily get the 1st down to the 25-yard or 35-yard line.
Just outside the 35-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Mounties. Same formation. Burke in the backfield. He's on the left hip of Regan. He's going to give it to Burke. Burke is hit hard right there at the line of scrimmage. That was Abram Dodson. Well, Burke gets 2. 2nd down and 8 for the Mounties. Lindsay will go to the right side. He'll be in the slot. Burke again in the backfield with Regan. This time Regan wants to throw. He's in trouble. Looking for a way out, and he is hard to take down, but the Grizzlies did a great job there containing him. It's Amani Marshall who had a hand on him, but he forced him back inside, so the Grizzlies could make the tackle. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and a long 8. Regan's going to go empty this time. 5 wide. 3rd down and 8. He rolls right, and he's just going to run with it. He knows where the sticks are, and it looks like he got to them. Coach, could you tell? I know you're a little behind that. Yeah, that's going to be a 1st down for the Mounties.
1st and 10 Mounties. Ball's fired at the Grizzly 25-yard line.
So that's how dangerous this young man is, Jeff Regan. It was a situation where if you couldn't see a receiver wide open, just take off, know where the sticks are. He's skilled enough to get the 1st down. This time he's going to give it to Burke. Burke off the left side. A lot of running room there down to the 15.
Number 40 Johnson on the stop. Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. Ball spotted at the 16-yard line.
2nd and 1 for the Mounties. He fakes it to Burke. He's going to throw it to Lindsey, and he overthrew him. Really good coverage there from Max Chavez. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Cooper McIntosh has been kind of quiet tonight. He's going to split wide to the right side. Lindsey will be a tight end on the left side. One back in the backfield with Regan, and he'll give it to him. That's Burke. Burke has enough for the 1st down. It looks like he's going to be at the 12.
Number 44, Jonah Calderero. Number 19, Laquan Whitaker on the stop. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 12-yard line.
Regan looks over the line of scrimmage, tries to draw the Grizzlies off, gets the snap. A lot of confusion there at the line. There is a flag. And the Mounties are going to have to back up. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 17-yard line.
This is 1st and 15, ball spot at the 17-yard line.
Regan fakes it to Burke, throws it to the left side. It is complete. That is Drayson Vogt. Drayson's still on his feet inside the 10-yard line.
Biggest pass completed to Vogt. Calderero and Johnson on the stop.
Now Parker Nix is going to come in, and Cooper McIntosh is going to go to the bench. 2nd down, 6 yards to go for the Mounties. Regan will go empty. Rolls to the left side, in trouble, but he will figure out a way to lower his head and get into the end zone. Now, maybe one of the most impressive things about Regan is that when he decides to do something, then he just he's so quick that the acceleration is pretty incredible. And then when he meets resistance, he just lowers his head. Again, he's only 5'8", 170, but he obviously has no fear. A low snap. Barriola was able to get it placed. Chaparro is true. It is 21-0. Still 2:51 to go in the first. It's not going the Grizzlies' way so far. Maybe things will change here after the kickoff. We'll be back after this from Reflection Spa.
Beauty, wellness, and luxury under one roof. Dream Aesthetics delivers rejuvenating Korean facials and advanced needling. Your glowing lymphatic skincare specializes in lymphatic massage, postoperative care, and body sculpting. Reflection Aesthetics Lounge provides advanced microneedling, teeth whitening, and hair growth treatments. Everything for your ultimate radiance. All together for you at 2711 Park Avenue. Dream, glow, reflect. Hablamos español.
All right, welcome back to Mayo Thompson. Grizzlies down 3 touchdowns. We still have 2:51 to go in the first. Chaparro, who has yet to really try to kick one deep, and Mike, maybe they've taken your advice here as they've got the hands team in, and Jaleel's going to be back at his own 10. All right, Chaparro gets the go-ahead. And this time he'll go ahead and kick it as deep as his foot will let him. Jaleel gets it at the 7. Spins at the 20, may get to the 21. So the Grizzlies, who have yet to really get any kind of a drive mounted, needs to have one right here. All right, Keelan split wide to the left side. Jalen Smith, who's a junior DB, will be in coverage for Keelan. Keelan, who has been Drew's biggest go-to receiver. This time he's going to throw it in the flat. That's Bijou. Bijou tries to make a man miss. Gets to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. Well, the Grizzlies hurry, get back to the line of scrimmage. Jaden Charles split wide to the right side. Now he'll come in and they will have a stack set on the wide side. Keelan in the slot into the boundary. Drew goes empty, throws it right. That is complete. That's Jaden Charles with the catch.
Parsons on the stop.
It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Grizzlies.
Third and 4, ball spots at the 27-yard line.
Snap got through Drew's hands. He'll have to go all the way back to, looks like the 11-yard line, which will bring in Chavez again to punt this one away. And Drayson Vogt, this will be his 3rd punt return of the night. Got a little banged up on the first one. Looks like he was okay on the second one, and see where he lines up. Be right around midfield. Chavez is going to take the snap at his own goal line. That's a tough place for a punter to punt out of. The last time he was at his heels on the out of bounds line, he's lucky he didn't get that one blocked. He's going to land at the 41. It's going to take a Grizzly bounce to the 43-yard line. So field position is in the favor of the Mounties again. 39 seconds left to go in the first quarter. All right, Kramer's just going to keep it himself, and man, he is off to the races. That's another touchdown.
Wow.
Titus Kramer, who is a senior running back. They have him listed as a linebacker, too. He's not very big, 5'10". They say he's 190, but I think he had weights in his jock when he weighed. And he doesn't look that big. He's a very good football player. And that's going to make it 27-0 as Shapiro comes on for his fourth extra point. Barriola, who did a great job getting the snap down for the kicker the last time, gets a better snap then. The kick is good. 28-0, 32 seconds left here in the first quarter. Back after this from Resolution Equity Partners.
REP is your trusted source when it's time for you to sell your business or if you are looking to acquire one. We offer a variety of services that help prepare your business for sale, and we also counsel and advise you every step of the way. We take pride in our experience, market knowledge, and integrity. You can be assured your business is in the right hands. Resolution Equity Partners, partnering with you now, preparing for the future.
An accident can leave you feeling stuck, uncertain of where you can go. I don't think anyone had a good breakfast this morning.
Chaperone kickoff. Number 0, Jalil Coven back deep to receive.
Well, if you're just joining us, we have 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're down 28-0. Started off with a bang. They got an onside kick, threw an interception. Ended up getting, they've had 4 touchdowns here in the first quarter. Been a lot going on. They've onside kicked twice. The third time we were ready for it, and this time we are set up to be ready for it again. And he's going to kick it deep. Coven catches it at the 7 again. This time to the 25-yard line.
I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but Rogers has got some kids on their kickoff team that can fly. They get down the field quick.
I'm definitely impressed with their speed. Well, right at the end of the first quarter, we're going to have a presentation. Isabella Kendrick will be part of that presentation for the National Merit Recognition. It will be right at the end of the first quarter. Well, the first guy there was Braxton Lindsay. Guys, I'd be figuring out whatever I could to not run to Lindsay's side. This guy is an incredible athlete. As the clock is going to tick down to 0, which will bring us to the end of the first quarter. So Isabella Kendrick and Cody Goodson, they're going to be recognized for the National Merit. A great achievement for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the 25-yard line on the west end of the stadium. Tonight is with great pleasure that Northside High School recognizes 2 exceptional students.
Isabella was recently named a commended student by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation for placing among the top 50,000 students nationwide. In addition, Cody Goodson has been named a National Merit semifinalist. This honor is awarded to the nation's top scorers on the preliminary SAT National Merit Scholarship qualifying test, placing him among the best of the best academically in the country. Cody also scored a perfect 36 on the ACT as a junior in high school. Congratulations, Isabella and Cody, on these great accomplishments, and go Bears.
We're going to switch ends of the field now, and it will be second down. Grizzlies will have it at the 27. That pass is complete to Bijou. And I'll tell you what, Lindsey made a play on it, and Bijou just, he saw him coming and said, "Not this time, buddy," and made the catch. Thank you, Warren, for that. That could have been a pick six. Lindsley had that one spied. A lot of juice on it from Drew. All right, you're going to see Warren Bijou running the Wildcat. He'll have Jaleel Coven on the right side. He's going to keep it. Looks for some room. He'll get the first down. It was 3rd and 1. He gets the first down. Now Drew will come back in. So the ball on the right hash, Keelan wide to the left side. This time he's going to have Seth Brown heads up with him. That is a switch from Jalen Smith. Throws it complete. Jaden Charles makes a man miss over midfield to the 46-yard line into Mountie territory.
First and 10, Grizzlies spotted at the Mounties 46-yard line.
Oh, nowhere to go for Drew.
Jackson dropped in the backfield by Arroyos.
Yeah, that was Arroyos, Julian Arroyos. He's a senior defensive lineman. Man, I mean, he just came in untouched. Second down and 19 for the Grizzlies. Empty set for Drew. Coven in the slot on the right side. He looks left. It's complete. Elijah Rogers spins, still on his feet. Great run by Elijah. That's his first reception tonight. Had a big night 2 weeks ago against the Coweta Tigers. So now you have a much more manageable 3rd down, and I am pretty sure we are in 4-down territory here. He's going to throw it deep, and it is over the head of Keelan. And I'm going to tell you something that Keelan does really well. If he sees that he didn't have a chance for it, he can make it look. He'll show the interference, get the referee's attention, and if we get a replay of that, and that was interference, but Keelan does a great job knowing that if he can't get to the football, he's going to create an interference there. Now you watch Keelan on this route on the left side. Ball's going to be out of his reach, but he's already showing the referee, hey, I'm being tugged a little bit here. 1st and 10 from the 24. Drew out of the pistol. Coven will go to his left hip. There's going to be a timeout on the field. I think we were a little confused about what was going on. So Coach wanted a timeout. We're going to take one with him. Back after this from Blaylock Heat and Air.
This is Northside head basketball coach Cody Wilmath. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Hi, this is Ricky Smith, head basketball coach for the Northside Lady Bears. I dial 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football in fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
All right, back to action. We'll line up in the same formation. This time Drew will be in the pistol. Kane Teague will be in the slot on the right side. That's the wide side of the field. He's going to pitch it to Coven. Coven has the ability to throw here. He wants to, and he is going to throw it, and it's intercepted. There's two flags thrown. And the interception was Jagger Blockberger, sophomore defensive back. The two flags were thrown, and let's see what that's all about.
I believe it's going to be on the return.
So it will be a turnover, but they'll be called for an illegal block. So Bijou didn't really have a lot of time to set up and throw that. Under a lot of pressure, and was running out of real estate too, and just thought, hey, let's take a chance and see if we can't get one to click here. But it is a turnover, 1st and 10 for the Mounties at the 9-yard line. Here goes Regan. And it's just going to be a foot race to the end zone, and he'll go 91 yards. There'll be nobody catching. So the Grizzlies had a little drive going there and tried a little running back pass. It was intercepted. The next, you get a 15-yard penalty and let Regan do what he does.
Coach Fleur talked before the game about staying in your tackling lanes.
Mm-hmm.
And right there, that was a quarterback counter that they ran. And as you can see, there was nobody
in that lane.
Yeah, and in those lanes, yeah. And so.
We are 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Chaparro is perfect again, 34-0, just 9-11 left to go in the first half. We'll take a commercial break. Be back with the kickoff after this.
Summer's winding down, but the savings are just getting started. Dive into the end-of-season sale at Burton Pools and Spas. For a limited time, save up to $14,000 on fiberglass pools. And the first 10 customers who purchase an Aquacrete pool with a premium vinyl finish will receive a free hot tub. Don't miss these incredible deals. Visit our stores in Fort Smith, Springdale, or Greenland, or go to BurtonPools.com for more details. At Burton, we do more than build swimming pools. We build long-term relationships.
Kickoff for the Mounties. The Mounties are 0-0. Coming back to the Northside.
Well, the Mounties have so many weapons with Regan, Kramer, Burke, Lindsey. There's that deep kick, and Coven's going to take it at the 4. Goes down, picks it up, and he's trying to work his way back to the 20. And he'll get to the 20. Good job from Jaleel Coven. Kind of mishandled it there at the 2-yard line.
First and 10 Northside, ball spotted at the 21-yard line.
That pass is complete, hit immediately.
Jackson's pass, completion number 82, Darian DePriest. Parsons on the stop.
So that was Darian DePriest on the receiving end of that. Keelan now will go wide right. Jalen Smith will be back heads up with him. He'll hand it to Jaleel, and he'll pick up nothing. May lose a yard there.
Chandler on the stop. Loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 6. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line.
3rd and 6 for the Bears. Trying to get the offensive signals here as Keelan will go into the boundary. Coven in the backfield. Now they're going to send Elijah to the right side. And there's a snap that got away from Drew, and he's hit in the back as the ball goes into the end zone and picked up by Rogers for a touchdown. And he's going to be slow getting up.
Touchdown, Rogers.
I'm checking Drew out as he comes to the sideline, and looks like he's okay, but man, he took a pretty good lick from behind, chasing that fumble into the end zone. This will be Chaparro for his sixth extra point. It is good. 42-0. 7:43 to go. Back with the kickoff after this.
42, Northside 0.
Let me tell you about this new pretzel cheddar club. Hey, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ebony. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club
is the tangy Dijon with the pretzel bun. When I add the Dijon mustard to this pretzel bun, it takes it to a whole nother level.
It goes perfectly with the chicken and the cheddar cheese and the bacon.
Man, you know how much you love bacon. And I love the different varieties. Grilled, spicy, original. It gets you nice and excited for fall.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This team has averaged 57 points a game through the first 3 games. They have 42 right now, and if you're a kicker, you'd want to be a kicker for this team. Get you a lot of action. He'll probably not kick a lot of field goals, but a lot of extra points. He's kicked off a lot. Have to ice his leg down tomorrow. Coven the deep guy, and they'll just short kick this one. That's going to be in a soft spot there. Keelan, Johnny on the spot there to make sure that the Grizzlies have possession of it.
The kickoff. First and 10 Northside, ball spotted from 21-yard line.
So they had Coven back inside the 10, and you had everybody moved up just in case of that onside kick. And, he kicked it in the soft spot there, and, boy, you had to – and you never know what the ball is going to do when it hits. It takes so many different erratic bounces, but Keelan was there to be able to get that, have the possession for the Grizzlies. So let's try again.
First downs. Make first downs.
First downs. There you go. Warren, with a little cutback there, gets to the 31-yard line, and that's going to be a first down.
Francisco on the stop.
The Grizzlies will hurry to the line of scrimmage. Drew gets the snap, hands it to Bijou again, and he is slung around by Herson Cruz, senior defensive lineman. Loss of 1, second down and 11.
Ball spot 30-yard line.
All right, Bonjay will check in, and Kane Teague will come out. Ball is on the right hash. Coven and Charles into the boundary. Trips to the left side. The set is empty for Drew. Have to get rid of it quick, and it is complete. That is to Coven. Well, I tell you what, Lindsey is just chomping at the bits, Jeff, to get that pick there.
3rd and 6, ball spot at the 35-yard line.
All right, 3rd and 6 for the Bears. Coven in the backfield. Drew trying to get a cheap 5 there. They won't go for it. Under 10 on the play clock now as the Grizzlies just trying to get set with this 3rd down and 6 play. Clock down to 2. He'll get the ball. Throws it over the head of Jaden Charles. With the intended receiver, it would have been a first down if he could have hauled that one in, but it's going to bring Chavez back in to punt this one away. And Grayson Vogt, who has been the guy, and he is going to be again, he'll be back inside his 30. Oh, the snap is high, but Charles takes a backwards bounce. Bijou grabs it before it gets back to midfield, but the snap was high, and Max was able to go up. Had a pretty good vertical there just to keep that one from going over his head. And giving even better field position to the Mounties. They are up 42-0, and we still got 6.5 minutes to go in the first half.
They do. They go a booth and they're going to run it and they're still doing.
Burke stiff arms Marshall, and he gets to the corner and will just take it all the way to the end zone. There's a flag in the backfield, though. Let's see what that is. Hopefully that one will come back.
I see him. Middle. I got him.
Okay, that's going to be holding against the Mounties, so that will come back. Burke made that one look pretty easy. New quarterback in the game. We're going to give Regan for a quarter and a half, let him take a rest. It's going to be Caleb Porter. Caleb is a sophomore, number 11.
That's a pretty good looking stiff arm on that run there. That was
38-yard line.
So they're going to give Caleb Porter some more snaps with this big 42-0 lead. He's going to throw this one deep. And that is out of the reach of the intended receiver, Parker Nix. Max Chavez was in coverage.
Second down.
Second down and 20 for the Mounties. All right, Caleb Porter's going to go empty. Second and 20. He's going to throw it over the middle. That is complete. A little bit short of a first down. Abram Dodson there to make the stop.
Durham, number 21, Abram Dodson on the stop. Third and 2, ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
It was Trevor Durham, just a sophomore on that reception. Third down and 2. Porter's going to have one back in the backfield. He'll give it to him, and that's going to be a first down.
Shade on the carry. Catarera on the stop.
That was Javen Shade. He is also a sophomore. He gives the Mounties a first down. Line of scrimmage is the 41-yard line of the Grizzlies. Shade's going to put the ball on the ground. There's going to be a fight for it. And the Grizzlies are going to come out of there with it. So that is Angel Johnson who gets the fumble recovery. So the Grizzlies down 42-0 with 5:06 to go in the first half. And Drew Jackson, who took a really good lick that last possession. And looking for him over here on the sideline. The Grizzlies get to take the field, and here they come. And it's going to be, yeah, Drew's going to come back out, but I think that, all right, yeah, it looked like that Bijou may be taking a direct snap, but it is going to be Drew at QB. Bijou will be on his right hip. Ball on the left hash. Drew looks to the right side, and there, ball was a little bit low, short hopped it. The intended receiver was Charles, but you had Zeke Parsons. Had that ball had any airtime on it, Parsons probably would have had a free trip to the end zone. Second down and 10. Drew looks left, throws it incomplete into the hands of the Rogers DB, and ball was thrown in traffic, but we got a hand on it. But Rogers is going to get the interception, take it all the way back to the 27-yard line of the Grizzlies.
Stop by number 72, Vladimir Ilrahita. First and 10, ball spot at the 27-yard line.
This will be Porter again at quarterback. He'll have trips to the left side, one receiver into the boundary. And the give is to Brooks Barriola. Barriola thrown into the sideline. No flag there.
Number 2, Max Chavez on the stop.
Variola, who is also the holder for Chaparro. So he's seen a lot of playing time tonight.
First and 10, ball spot at the 16-yard line.
He'll be the running back on the right hip of Porta. Just a sophomore quarterback. First and 10. Wants to throw, throws it to the right side, and that's going to be out of play into the right corner of the end zone.
Dickey's pass incomplete.
Chavez in coverage.
10 for Nix. Chavez in coverage. Second down.
Second down for the Mounties from the 16-yard line of the Grizzlies. Porta hands it to Barriola, and he's going to be caught from behind. And that is going to be Cheerio Die on the stop. That's going to be a loss of 4, third down and 14.
Loss on the play.
Barriola
Third and 13, ball spotted.
looked like his right shoe came off. He'll check out of the game. Shade will check in as a running back for the Mounties. Third and 14. Fakes the handoff to Shade, wants to throw right over the middle. Almost intercepted, but a great pass knockdown from Jonah Calderera. And that'll bring up a fourth down.
Fourth down.
What do you do here, Buzz? Kick it or go?
Well, I think Chaparro's tired. He may say, yeah, y'all go for it, but no, they're going to go ahead and send the field goal team in, it looks like. Yeah, and that will be Juan Chaparro. Be a 35-yard attempt. Barriola will be his holder.
36-yard.
Kick is up, and it looks like he hooked that one. He did, so that will be a failed field goal attempt, 42-0 still the score with 3:58 to go in the half. Trying to find some really bright spots here for the Grizzlies. Held them to a field goal attempt there. Good job by Jonah Calderera on that third down pass attempt. Now send Drew and company back in. Bijou will be the running back. Kane Teague in. He'll be at H-back. So you see him and Elijah Rogers in at the same time. A little bit different set here. They'll give it to Bijou, looking for some help going off that left side. And Julian Aurora's helmet comes off, so he'll have to go out for one play. Second down and 11, loss of a yard there. Vonjay will come in, Kane will check out. The play clock is at 4. Grizzlies are set. He calls for the ball, and just in time, hands it to Bijou, and nothing there. We'll lose a couple more yards. It's going to bring up a third down and long.
Lindsay on the stop. Third and 15, ball spot at the 15-yard line.
Had a great conversation with Tommy Chain last night, Jeff.
He was a pretty good punter in his day, from what I understand.
He was, he was also here at Northside. He's in the Hall of Honor here. And I used to, when I was in the 7th grade at Darby, I would come over and watch these Northside games. And he was a defensive back and the punter. And I remember sitting in the stands where the student section is now for the Grizzlies, and I heard it. I looked up. He was punting out of his end zone, and when I looked up, it looked like it had been shot out of a cannon. Tommy was more of a hang time kicker.
Yeah.
This one was a line drive, but it had a perfect tight spiral. It turned over 73 yards.
In the air?
No, that one had
total.
That was total. It had a little bit of roll. And he was at a volleyball game last night. His granddaughter plays for Fayetteville High School, and they were here at the arena playing our Lady Bears, and got to talk to him before the broadcast started. And man, we talked about the old days, and then I asked him some questions about his time at Arkansas, and he said that, he got offers from a lot of the AIC schools. I mean, he wanted to be a Razorback, and he walked on. He said there were 8 punters, and then they ended up cutting it down to 4. And he hung in there. And by the time he was a sophomore, Frank Broyles told him, "You're going to get some playing time." And he did, and he turned into probably maybe the best punter statistically that Arkansas has ever had. I'm going to give you some stats on that in just a second, but it's unbelievable. As Drew takes the snap, rolls right, sets up. His intended receiver was Jaden Charles. It is incomplete, and that's going to send Chavez back in to punt this one away. But Tommy says he remembers he wanted to tell me about his best punt ever and his worst punt ever. As Max Chavez goes back to punt. This time we're going to have a new returner as Drayson Vogt is going to go to the sideline. And this is going to be Cooper McIntosh. He'll be right at the 48-yard line of the Grizzlies. Good snap this time. There's a wobbly spiral. It's off the fingertips of McIntosh, but the Mounties will get it back. Great ball awareness there by the Mounties, and that was trying to see who that was from the Mounties that got it. I didn't get the number, but he got it back for him, but it will be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. But Jeff, he said his worst punt was against Baylor. I think he said it was 18 yards. He said, but his best punt was against Texas.
I love it.
It was in Fayetteville. And he said no wind. It was a day, about like this, about 65 degrees, beautiful day in Fayetteville. He said that he caught the ball at his own 12-yard line. He made contact with the football at the 15, and when it landed, it was 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Wow.
90 yards in the air. Tommy was more of a hang time kicker. He wasn't really that distance kicker, but when he hit it, he hit it.
That was your average one year, wasn't it? 90?
No, it was 18.
Oh, 18.
That was complete to McIntosh. That's going to be a loss there. Chavez there quickly to shut that down. But Tommy's senior year, he averaged a little over 40 yards. But the entire year, you add up the entire year of return yards when the Razorbacks were punting, that number was 45 yards for the whole year.
For the whole year.
Whole year. The longest return ever from one of his kicks was 12 yards. A lot of pressure on the young quarterback, and whoa, what a great job he did. Threw it complete to Barriola coming out of the backfield. That is a first down. Caleb Porter showed a lot of command there, Jeff. Waited to the last minute, threw a strike to his receiver for a first down. 52 seconds to go in the half.
Did that running to his left also.
Ball at the 15-yard line. Barriola in the backfield with Porta. He fakes to Barriola, throws it. Incomplete. That was intended for McIntosh. McIntosh wants the flag.
10 for McIntosh.
And Jalen Chavez said, no, that's just an incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line of the Bears. Porter, just a 10th grader, came in relief of Jeff Regan, who had a quarter and a half of work, put up 42 points. Barriola gets the call. Abram Dodson is there to make the stop.
On the stop, or the carry.
Abram Dodson's had a good night tonight, guys, for considering everything that's happened.
Yep.
Ball spotted at the 12-yard line.
Porter's going to send McIntosh wide to the left side. It'll be Max Chavez. And I checked that, Jalen Chavez, and that pass is complete for a touchdown, but there's a flag thrown. And we threw a dart right over the middle.
To Durham.
And that was Trevor Durham, just a 10th grader. We had a lot of 10th graders. That's going to bring that one back, so that will erase the touchdown pass from Porter to Durham. A couple of 10th graders working together. So instead of a touchdown, it's going to be 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12, ball spot to 17-yard
So 8 seconds left. They're going to bring in the field goal team. That means Barriola, instead of being a running back, he's going to be a holder for Chaparro. And there's a timeout on the field. We'll just stay with it. Mike, what's your advice for the halftime talk?
I don't know, Buzz.
He didn't jump right on that, did he?
No.
This will be a 34-yard attempt for Chaparro, who missed his last field goal attempt. Perfect on his extra points tonight. 6 for 6. They're not going to send the field goal unit in. They're going to bring the offensive bunch back, and that means Caleb Porter will go empty on this 3rd down and 12. They could probably get a couple of plays in here with 8 seconds to go. Steps up into the pocket. He's going to throw to the left side of the end zone and almost intercepted. Still 2 seconds left. Yeah, that was Jaden Charles. Almost got the interception there. Jaden, just a sophomore, going both ways tonight. This will bring up a field goal attempt. So it'll be 34 yards.
34-yard field goal attempt.
Juan Chaparro. His kick has the leg, but it looks like he hooked that one too. He did. So we'll hold him back from 2 field goal attempts. That's going to run the clock out. And we are going to have some halftime entertainment. The band will play. We'll have the cheer team, then the insteppers, and then we're going to have Anna Kate Dooley, who will receive some recognition. Oh, wait a minute. This half is not over. Well, Jeff, I was too busy talking about the halftime entertainment. Obviously, there was a flag. It's a 15-yard penalty. I did not see what it was. I don't know if Mike Fleur saw it or not. He is in deep conversation with somebody on the sideline. This attempt will be 26 yards for Chaparro. Missed his last 2, hooked them. If I was him, I'd be aiming a little bit right here and try to hook this one back in. Good snap, good hold, and this one is going to be good. So he got that second chance to put some points on the board, makes it 45-0. Now we'll go to halftime. Again, our band will play first, then the cheer team, and then the insteppers. And Anna Kate Dooley will get some recognition. She was graduate in 2018. They will recognize her at the end of the half. And we're going to try to get Hannah Cox, who is the executive director for Chick-fil-A, who is our major sponsor, maybe try to get her in sometime pretty quick to interview her and talk to her about the new location of Chick-fil-A. Well, the game has definitely gone our way, so let's see if we can get some entertainment here from our band.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to remain seated and help welcome to the field the award-winning Northside High School Marching Grizzly Band. The 200-member strong Grizzly Band is led onto the field by senior drum majors Katie Chamaria and Andre Melendez and sophomore drum major Jose Hernandez. Playing for at least 5 United States presidents, our band's legacy dates back over 100 years to the original high school band of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Our 2025 halftime show features songs from movies, musicals, and the world of pop music, all of which ask that age-old universal question, who's bad? We open tonight with the massive hit that sold 35 million copies and further cemented his legacy as the undisputed king of pop. Here is Michael Jackson's Bad. MJ was bad, and so were Scar and Ursula. As sung by the treacherous villains from The Lion King and The Little Mermaid, here is a medley of Be Prepared and Poor Unfortunate Souls. 2025 Northside Marching Grizzly Band. The Northside Band is under the direction of Aaron Durham, Adam Coates, Gabby Mitchell, Angie Clark, Chris Hoff, and Stephen Mitchell. Our next performance is Friday, October 10th at Mayo Thompson Stadium, where the Grizzlies will take on the Fayetteville Bulldogs. The Grizzly Band would like to thank all parents, alumni, and other friends and supporters of the Grizzly Band. Thank you, and go Grizzlies! Introducing the 25-26 Northside High School cheerleaders. The cheerleaders are led by Captain Chrislyn Norwood and co-captain Stephen Vargas Martinez. Please enjoy their tribute to Hispanic Heritage Month.
We're not letting you down. We'll show you how.
Introducing your 25-26 Northside Insteppers. The Insteppers are led by Captain Kate Randall and Senior Lieutenant Addie Acevedo and Junior Lieutenant Sophie Monchamp. The Insteppers are coached by Head Coach Emily Vasey and Assistant Coach Katie Becker. Please enjoy their jazz routine.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you direct your attention to midfield. Tonight, Northside High School is proud to recognize Anna K. Dooley as Northside High School's 2018 salutatorian. Anna Kate is currently serving on the clinic support team at Ozark Healthcare in West Plains, Missouri. Tonight we are honored to celebrate Anna Kate's hard work, perseverance, and academic excellence. She exemplifies the determination and achievement that defines our school community. Congratulations, Anna Kate, and go Bears.
Well, hope you enjoyed the halftime entertainment. The Bears are down 45-0. Hopefully we have a better second half, but we have a great guest who is our sponsor, Hannah Cox, who's the executive director of Chick-fil-A on Rogers Avenue, and now the brand new
Century
location.
Drive.
Yes,
4 weeks
I love
yesterday.
it. How much fun?
Oh,
is
my
that?
goodness. We have had a blast. You know, we had the band and the cheerleaders come out for our ribbon cutting ceremony.
All right.
It was so much fun.
So how much more work has that created for you?
Well, you know, it's been interesting for all of us. We are a team, but we were able to add 130 extra people to our team in the last 5 months. So it's been fun.
It's been a preparation that's been going on for a pretty good while. And I remember asking you when I saw where they were going to build it, I said, well, how do you determine where you're going to build it? When I first saw it, I'm thinking, man, is that really good? And you said that, you know, the amount of time and money that Chick-fil-A puts into the research, their research and development for real estate.
There's a whole team.
Yes. And, man, I'm going to tell you what, that place was packed.
Yeah, Yes.
It always is.
We're excited. You know, we have the mobile drive-through, which is specific to Century Drive.
Right.
It's been a huge hit for anybody that has the Chick-fil-A app. You can come in that outside lane.
Yeah.
And it's really fast, and so it's been really fun to get to navigate through that for sure.
Well, we love Chick-fil-A. I mean, it's our go-to place.
You spent your birthday with us this
year.
year.
I did. Spent my birthday there. Had my grandkids there.
I love it.
And I wanted to get their picture, you know, with the cow, but they were a little bit afraid. No,
Hey,
my granddaughter did. My grandson said he was a little, not yet.
He's a tall cow.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a tall cow.
Yes, he is.
But, you know, you guys do such a great job. When you see the lines there, does that, you know, you think that would discourage you, but you do such a good job getting through the line.
That's
it's
our
incredible.
hope is that people trust us
Yeah.
to know, hey, I can get in and out in less than 5 minutes. You know, that's our promise, to be fast and accurate, but never rushed.
Right. And they're so polite, and they do such a great job, and they keep the line moving.
We try.
And and it's fun, and the food is so good.
Well, thanks. Eat more chicken, right?
Yeah.
That's what we
love
always
it.
say.
That's exactly right. I'm a chicken fan. But, you know, just the fact that you guys are now one of our partners with the Grizzly Sports Network.
Oh, we're so honored.
Yeah,
so
well,
honored.
we are too. We really appreciate it. It gives us a lot of credibility. But you being our major sponsor, every broadcast is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. And I really do appreciate it. But I want to go back a little bit.
Okay.
Before you got started with Chick-fil-A, kind of bring us through how you got involved.
Yeah, so I'm in my 10th year with Chick-fil-A. But
Wow, you don't look old enough to-
I know. But my career started actually in Oklahoma City. I grew up in this area, lived in OKC for 11 years. My husband and I and our 2 daughters. And I needed a part-time evening job when my daughters were little.
Right.
And I was like, I'm going to go work at Chick-fil-A just for a season, work some evenings. And I very quickly fell in love with who Chick-fil-A is.
Yeah.
Because it's the people business.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always been passionate about. And so I've spent my last 10 years working my way up. I was a team member, started in a red shirt, and have been a director, an executive director now of both restaurants. And so it's been a really fun journey. I can work in the kitchen. I do know how to fry chicken. I'm just not very fast at it.
Well, I have so much respect for the way y'all do business. The fact that you're closed on Sundays. It's just it's a joy to come there. It's always the same experience. But one thing I always enjoy is meeting the kids that are out there that are getting you through the line.
Yes, sir.
A lot of high school kids.
Oh, I mean, the majority of our evening staff are high school. And we have a ton of Northside students, Southside students, Greenwood.
That was going to be, my next statement is, I always ask, well, where do you go to school? And they're always either Northside or Southside. Yep. And a couple of years ago, now Northside has been on a win streak up until a couple of years ago with Southside. I think we went like 7 years.
Oh, wow.
And so I was going through the line at Chick-fil-A, and one of the kids that was working the line, I said, where do you go to school? And he said, Southside. And he said, I know who you are.
He's like, I've seen you before.
And I said, you do? He goes, yes, sir, I do. And I said, so you play football? He goes, yes, sir. And I said, okay, you got a game coming up in a couple of weeks. This was in the summer before the first game. And he said, yeah, we do. And I said, it ought to be a good one. He goes, Mr. Sawyer, he said, no offense. He said, we're going to get you this year.
No offense.
That's right. That's right. So they're just so polite.
We teach them from the very beginning, right, that we want to be intentional and we want to be excellent.
Yeah.
And so even in the way that we hire, we only hire about 10% of the people we interview. So you can imagine how many interviews we did.
Oh, unbelievable.
130 people. It is a process that we are very, very passionate about, making sure that we have the right people to deliver that genuine Chick-fil-A experience every time.
Well, it's definitely our go-to place, and we thank you for everything that you do for us.
Oh, well, thank you for having us.
I remember Ricky a couple years ago introduced me to you.
Yeah, this is my 3rd year in a row.
Yes, yes, and time flies.
It does.
It really does. But wish you the best success, and thank you for doing what you do.
It's
and I know
pleasure.
You're still close to home. I mean, you're just 2.5, 3 hours away from Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but I grew up in Muldrow, so
you did. Okay,
I'm from
I got
here.
you.
Yes,
okay.
but we lived there, for about 10 years.
Oh, okay.
But all my family lives within an hour. So yeah.
Well, glad you're home.
Me too.
All right. So, are you a Grizzly fan or a Rebel fan or
Rebel?
Can you believe I said that? You know how far back that goes. All right, to all you ex-Mavericks, that was for you.
That was a lot.
All right. But Mavericks,
Both.
I don't want to put you on the spot. Yeah,
I'm
I tried to
both.
do that with the mayor one time.
And he wouldn't tell you, would he?
No, and he didn't go to Northside. He went to Lincoln.
Okay.
But which ended up turning into Northside. But seriously, thank you for everything
Well,
that
it's
you
our
do,
pleasure.
and we
Thanks
look
for having
forward.
us. We'll be back again.
Oh yeah. Well, you're welcome anytime. You know
Okay.
that.
All right.
All right. That's Hannah Cox,
Yes.
Executive Director for Chick-fil-A. Go visit them on Rogers Avenue or Century Drive.
That's right.
All right.
Eat more chicken.
Exactly. Go Bears. We'll be right back.
Uncertain on how much your repair is going to cost? At Autoplex Collision Repair, we understand that unexpected accidents can leave you financially stressed. That's why we offer Repair Now, Pay Later. Start your repairs today and spread the payments over time so you don't have to wait to get back on the road. With flexible payment options, you get the repairs you need without the financial burden. Let's get you back on the road, worry-free. Visit fixrex.com to learn more and start your repair today.
Fort Smith is a city built on pride, community, and a rich history. Our neighborhoods tell the story of where we've been and where we're going. And just like sports, real estate takes teamwork, dedication, and trust. I'm Vicki Cooper with the Heritage Group Real Estate Company in Fort Smith. And whether you're buying or selling, I would be honored to help you find your place in this great community.
First and 10 Mounties, ball squad from 41-yard line.
Well, guys, I was visiting with Hannah, the executive director of Chick-fil-A, and I missed what happened. I see we don't have the football. Did they onside kick it? What happened? What was the result?
Northside kicked off.
Northside kicked off?
Yeah, they received the first half.
Oh, yeah, you're exactly right. It's all gone by so fast.
Yeah.
That'll be Porta again. Hands off to Shade on the left side to the 44-yard line. Yeah, see a lot of new players on the Rogers roster are going to get some playing time tonight. Jeremiah Cartmill is going to check in for Monty Marshall on the defensive side here. Second down and 7 yards to go for the Mounties. Port is going to give it to Shade. Shade is going to be caught from behind. And that was Raheem Whitaker. They caught him from behind. Cheerio was there, along with Hunter Hansen. Almost intercepted. Pass was intended for a Hudson Roach. Whitaker, check that. Maury Hill almost made the interception. Fourth down will be the first time tonight that the Mounties have had to punt this away, and that's going to be Braxton Lindsay that will punt it away. Keelan Mendoza will set up inside his own 30. Yeah, it chokes him off a little bit. There's the kick, and that is a high, wobbly spiral. It's going to take a Mountie bounce inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line of the Bears. And we always talk about, your return guys try to catch the football and avoid getting a roll like that, but there was no way that Keelan could get to that. It was just a good punt, good directional punt from Lindsay.
And it's ball's been bouncing Rogers' way all night long, so that's just another one right there.
Keegan Lott, Jalen Smith, along with Deacon Manor. Those are going to be your DBs. And Titus Kramer, who's been a big-time offensive performer tonight. He'll be in the nickel. That's Bijou left side. To about the 16-yard line. Mike, can you still hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so any words of encouragement for this second half?
Just got to come out and play hard the rest of the ball game, see what happens.
Teague will come back and Bonjay will check in. It'll be Warren Bijou at quarterback. Coven on his hip. Bijou goes right. Looks for some cutback. He finds some green there over the 30 to the 33-yard line. Well, Bijou's got some acceleration. Once he gets north and south, and he can get there in a hurry.
Looked like he was about one step away from breaking that for 6.
Bijou again with that direct snap. He'll work his way to the 39-yard line.
Number 53 on the tackle.
So Warren, who had a concussion in the Coweta game, had that week off. Boy, that came at a good time. He's good to go, as you obviously know that. Started the football game, and you notice he has the helmet protection. Had that in the Coweta game too, but it is good to see him back. He'll hand it off to Coven. Coven tries to get to the edge. Will maybe get a yard to the 40-yard line. Third down and 3. Charles will come in for Bonjay. He'll go to the slot on the left side. And Bijou, who can throw the football, tried a running back pass in the first half. It was under a lot of pressure. Couldn't really get it off. There's going to be a timeout on the field. We have a 3rd down, 3 to go. 5:41 to go in the third. We'll just stay with it. So, Mike, I'm looking for Drew Jackson on the sideline, and am I missing him?
No, he's out here.
Oh, I didn't see him. I don't know. Maybe he's in
got ice on his back.
Okay.
Coach just said he wasn't going to take any chances.
Got you. Well, that means you're going to probably see Bijou the rest of the night. Bijou needs to get 3. Just looks to cut back to the center and will be stood up. No gain. Now lose about a half yard. The Grizzlies are going to go for it at the 39-yard line. Need 3.5 yards. Warren gets the snap, goes to the right side. There's the cutback. He's got the first down and more. It's going to be a foot race. Bijou to the 20. Bijou to the 10. 5. Touchdown, Northside. Titus Kramer was in pursuit, but Bijou just outran him. We needed 3.5. He got a 6. No flags. That one counts. You got to love it for Warren Bijou. Great replay there from Jordan Baker's camera as she is right on the money. All right, that will, if I'm seeing this right, I normally it's Chavez kicking, and that is the longest step, the most steps I've ever seen taken for an extra point. But he has number 12 on. That's Ronan Ketchum's number, so I'm sorry I can't give you a correct name on that. I know that's not Ketchum, but the extra point was blocked, 45-6. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jeff, I don't know. I've never seen somebody take that many steps on an extra point.
How many steps did he take?
About 4.
Well, isn't it usually about 1.5 or 2?
Yeah, it's 2. But it's good to see that touchdown from Warren. Warren's who the leading rusher for our Grizzlies. Before the night started, he had 46 runs for 330 yards. He was averaging over 7 yards a carry. 3 TDs. He's got 4 now. This will be Nick King kicking off. I've always liked Nick's leg. Saw him kicking some early last year, and you know, you got some good kickers on Northside's team. Both Chavez's can kick. But Nick, he's just going to sky kick that one. That's going to be signaled for a fair catch. And boy, Chavez was hit from behind. Wanted a flag there. That was Keegan Lott that hit him, and Keegan immediately got up and said, "Man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Everything good?" Oh, Mounties have it 1st and 10 at the 28. New quarterback for the Mounties. That's Samuel Eisen. He is a senior. And that was Barriola. Trying to get that pronunciation right on the carry. Barriola, who's not a starter, he's normally your place kicker. He's the holder, and he's got a lot of playing time tonight. About halfway through the second quarter, he started getting a lot of playing time at running back and some slot receiver. Shade gets the call to the 30-yard line. Pick up a yard. It's going to be second. Check that. Third down. Pick up 2 yards. 3rd down and 6.
I guess you'll probably see a heavy dose of running here by Rogers. They're not going to get in a hurry to do anything, obviously.
That pass is complete on the far sideline. That'll be enough for a 1st down.
For Woodruff,
That was Cole Woodworth, junior wide receiver. Makes the catch, gets past the sticks, picks up the first down. Line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line.
And, of course, as soon as I say they're going to run the ball, they throw it.
Shade in the backfield with Ison. Trips to the left side. One receiver into the boundary. He's going to give it to Shade. He's going to run to the short side of the field. Abram Dodson runs him out of bounds. We'll lose one. Second down and 11. That was Shade again over the 40. Get to the 40. It's like the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. Ison hands it off to Shade. Shade will not get to midfield. That's where he needed to get the first down. He's close. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 3, it looks like. And it looks like that the Mounties will probably go for this. Lindsey, the punter, is not on the field. Ison will still be in quarterback. Shade will be the running back. Cooper McIntosh split to the left side. Fakes to Shade. Ison keeps, and he will not get the first down. Bunch of red jerseys there to deny him, so it'll be a turnover on downs. So Drew Jackson, who in the first half took a big lick, had got a bad snap, had to chase it into the end zone and got hit from behind pretty hard, as we'll come to the end of the third quarter. But he got hit from behind pretty hard and got up like he was in a little bit of pain. And I get Coach Fleur said he was ice on his back, so you're probably going to see Warren Bijou just continue on here in the fourth quarter. Been a lot of fun to watch him do what he does. And he finds that open hole, and he just accelerates.
You know, we talked before the game about he doesn't need much space, and you don't have to hold those blocks very long for him to get through there. So, and they did a good job of doing that on that touchdown run he had.
So we gave up 45 points in the first half, held them to 0 in the third quarter. But this fourth quarter is going to go pretty fast.
Yep.
So Jaleel Coven will be on the hip of Warren Bijou. Keelan, who had a big night against Coweta. He is the leading receiver for the Grizzlies, has not had a lot thrown to him tonight, but he is probably going to be more of a blocker as Bijou goes to the left side, and here he goes again. Bijou at the 20, the 10, makes a cut into the end zone. Touchdown, Warren Bijou. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. He got a block, got free, and then made a great move as he was going into the end zone. Great block there from Keelan Mendoza, sets him free, just has to make another guy miss. Cuts back to the center of the field, gets the touchdown, and we will have another extra point attempt here. This time it's going to be Jalen Chavez. Oop, that slipped right off the tee. Jaden Charles was the holder. Normally it's Drew Jackson, but that ball just slipped off the tee, and Chavez had no chance to make that one. 45-12 is the score, and this clock will just continue to run.
You know, you talked before the game about how athletic Rogers was, especially in their specialty areas, quarterback, running back, tight ends, receivers. But then I watched that offensive line pretty much most of the game.
Right.
And their starting offensive line is very athletic. They're not only big, but they are quick and they are fast. They can move. Their footwork is unbelievable. And the way that they pull and kick out and turn it up and seal inside is, wow. It's a pretty good group to watch. I bet they're a pretty fun group to coach too.
Well, it all starts there. You can have some of the best backs in the state, but if you don't have an offensive line, they really can't do a lot. Coming up on October the 10th, I know you told me earlier before the game started that you're not going to be able to be here for that game. Very good reason.
Yeah.
Piper, your granddaughter, is on the homecoming court.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And she goes to the school on the other side of town.
Yeah, she does.
Nick King's going to kick it off. Let's see if we get an onside attempt here. No, he's just going to kick this one deep. That's McIntosh. Spins off one of the Grizzlies, and he'll be over midfield. He may take this all the way, and he will. So McIntosh, who we had a chance to get him, but he spun out of the tackle and took it about 90 yards for a touchdown. McIntosh, who is a sophomore wide receiver, has been a big target for Jeff Regan, the quarterback, the starting quarterback for the Mounties. Hadn't had a lot thrown to him tonight. They were scoring so many different ways, mostly on the ground. Big kickoff return there for him. Chaparro on for the extra point. Barriola will be the holder again. Barriola gets a good hold, and Chopper's kick is good. He's been perfect on his extra points, 52-12. And the clock continues to run, 8:11 left. But no, that night on October the 10th, homecoming, and then also we're having the Hall of Honor inductions for some Grizzlies. And then one of them that's going to be inducted is Ira Harris, who was a running back when I was playing for the Grizzlies, and he was very impressive. We were preseason. We thought, number one, you didn't have playoffs back then. No. We thought that we would go 12-0, and we won our first two games and then went to El Dorado and got physically beat up, lost a lot of players for the season, and then, man, we started going downhill, and Southside was peaking, and by the time we played them, that was the first time, I think, in the history of the two schools that Southside was a favorite. And Ira Harris, had one heck of a night, and we ended up winning that game 24-7. Put it on his shoulders, and he was a really good, I should say, great running back on an average team. We thought we were going to be really competitive, but like I said, we lost a lot of players. But Ira never got his head down. He gave 100% on every play. This will be Coven at the 3. Coven just lowers his head. Flag on the ground. There's going to be some words. That's Elijah Rogers and Keegan Lott. And Keegan, who hit Chavez in the back earlier, was quickly there to help him up. At that time, he and Elijah had some words. That's going to go against the Grizzlies. But congratulations to Ira. He's going to be inducted that night. Another one that was pretty close to when I was there, Ike Jackson, who was a great quarterback, went on to play for Oklahoma State, got in the USFL. I think at some point he was with the Vikings. I think maybe during the strike. But anyway, that's going to happen on October the 10th. If you get a chance to come to Mayo Thompson for that, it's always fun to watch Grizzlies from the past get recognized.
First and 10.
The ball is on the 7-yard line of the Grizzlies, and it'll be Warren Bijou at quarterback, who has all 12 points for the Grizzlies tonight. He's going to hand it off to Coven, left side. A lot of white jerseys there. You know where to go for Coven. Well, I'd love to see him bust one, too.
That'd be nice.
Coven, one of the finest young men you'll ever meet. So polite. Every time I see him in the halls of Northside or around the dressing room, he always goes out of his way to speak. And just a very, very polite guy. But when he puts that helmet on, he's a force. No gains. 2nd down and 10 from the 7. Bijou will keep it himself. He'll get over the 10-yard line to the 12-yard line. Picks up 5 yards, so 3rd down and 5 for the Bears. So, Mike, it's just a running clock. You got to travel next week. Got another tough game. How do you recover from this?
Just go back to work.
That's what I was going to say. Maybe even put in some extra work.
All right, 3rd down and 5. Well, he is running so hard. That's going to be close to a 1st down. First contact didn't get him. Went to the left, and he spins back to the right, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. So that was a hard 5 to gain, and that was all Warren Bijou. Staying upright, keeping those legs churning.
Well, he took some hits on that run and kept on churning, like you said.
Yeah.
Good hard run, good hard earned 5 yards.
The line of scrimmage is the 18 now. Coven gets the call. Coven to the 20-yard line. Another flag is thrown. I'm afraid that's going to go against Vonjay. By the way it looks on the sideline. Oh, that's going to go against the Mounties. That's a mark off 15 at a personal foul. The line of scrimmage will be the 36 now. 1st and 10 for the Bears. 2:16 to go, and it'll go fast. Bobble of the snap, but Warren's going to make the best of it. Over the 45 to the 47-yard line. Coven was going to get the call, but The snap was bobbled. So Bijou kept it and is turned upfield. Warren, who used to be a linebacker a couple of years ago, running back last year, was hurt a lot. Boy, there goes Jaleel. Go, Jaleel, go! Coven to the 27-yard line. Minute to go in this football game. Bijou gives it to Coven again. Nothing on the left side. Tries to get back to the middle. And he is taken down for no gain. 36 seconds to go. All right, Coven's going to come out. Kane Teague in the ball game, along with Kadarius Parker. Bijou, left side. That's the short side of the field. And he'll go out of bounds. He's got 10 seconds left. That probably, if they'll try to get another playoff or not, I don't think they're going to be able to. It's all zeros. The whistles will blow, and this one will end 52-12. But you gotta say, hey, Mo Grizzlies came out in the second half. If it hadn't been for a 90-yard kickoff return, we'd have held them to 0 in the second half. I know they've got probably some of their number 2s in, but you had to come out and do it. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back for Coach Valleur's final thoughts. We'll talk to Jeff, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Stay with us.
Family. It's bigger than bloodlines, stronger than DNA. It's the circle we draw around the people that matter, the people we care about and care for, the folks who inspire us, guide us, root for us. Family means finding common ground, rolling up our sleeves, and making our way side by side. Armstrong Bank. Strength runs in our family.
Whether it's record temperatures or below freezing, Ted's is here to keep you comfortable all year long. We've been in business for over 55 years, and we love serving our community. Call today and schedule your seasonal checkup so you're always prepared for what's around the corner. Ted's Air Conditioning and Heating, always ready to help. Tell us you saw Duke and save 10%.
Have you been to the River Valley's only multi-sport facility? Then let's hang out. The Hangout in Fort Smith is the only sports facility that offers indoor tennis and pickleball, indoor and outdoor basketball, and has now added multiple soccer fields. Soccer leagues are forming soon. Did you know the Hangout also has an 8,000 square foot fitness center with bar, yoga, HIIT, and Pilates classes? The Hangout, 5400 Gary Street, or thehangoutfs.com. Fitness, sports, and more. Let's hang out.
With rising costs everywhere, from groceries to gas, we know repairs can feel out of reach. Insurance deductibles and repair costs can make you hesitant to start. But at Autoplex, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between your budget and getting your car repaired. Our Repair Now, Pay Later option helps ease the financial burden so you can get the quality repairs you need without the wait. Let us help you get back on the road. Visit fixrex.com to learn more.
All right, welcome back. We're going to go quickly down to the field from Mike Valleur and get his final thoughts. Mike?
They just, they got to regroup, go back to work, knowing that next week's going to be just as tough on the road. So I'd like to see a little more enthusiasm than what I saw tonight from the start to the finish. But they got to go to work, get the nose to the grindstone.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of gut checks this week. So hopefully that, they can get their minds right and everybody get on the same page as they'll travel next week. We're in conference now, and Coach, you know this as well as anybody, man. It really doesn't get any easier.
No, they're right out of the chute. They got 3 tough ones.
Yeah, exactly right. Mike, thank you so much. Have a good weekend, and I will talk to you soon. All right, let's go now to the Autoplex Collision play of the game. I'm going to give this to Jeff. Jeff, who do you have?
How about Cheerio?
Cheerio!
Man, you got to love a kid who plays football and his nickname is Cheerio.
You got to love it.
Got to love it,
Yep.
but he did. And this was in the first quarter that he got this, so congratulations to him tonight for the Autoplex Collision of the game.
Cheerio Die. That's Caden
Cheerio.
Die. Now, keep in mind, that's Big Daddy D's and Sweet D's Treats over on Midland, and it's right next to Family Dollar. It's in their parking lot. Well, I am a barbecue connoisseur. I know you are too.
I know. No, well, I'm not like you, though.
And I am. And,
I know you are.
And that is, as far as I'm concerned, the best I have ever had. It is that good.
Well, I've never had it, so I'm going to have to go there one
And
of
the
these days.
value,
Yeah.
you can go in there and get 2 jumbo sandwiches, chips, and a drink, $15. It's amazing. And the sandwich, they're as big as your hat. I'm telling you. We're going next week. We are going next week to Big Daddy D's. All right, so
goodness.
let's bring up the bad news. We need to know really what the stats were, and if you've got something you can give me, I'm willing to listen.
Here's one stat that I think sums up the whole game, and it sums up the first half. Field position in the first half. Rogers started at the Northside 40, the Northside 24, the 50, the 50, the Northside 43. Their own 9-yard line, and we all know what they did the first play there.
Yeah.
The Northside 27 and the Northside 35. That's what their starting field position was in the first half. That sums it up right there. When you give a team, and they don't really have to be as good as Rogers is, but you give a team like field position like that, short fields like that, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. And but I won't tell you, and I hate to say this on the air, but that was a pretty doggone good team.
Yeah, they're good.
Northside played tonight. And
They're good. We knew they were coming in.
Yeah.
And we saw them last year. You know, they've got some playmakers, but you brought up probably the best point is how effective their offensive line is.
Oh, man.
And if you got an offensive line that with playmakers like Kramer, Regan, McIntosh, and then Lindsey, good things are going to happen. Burke, don't leave him out.
No.
Oh, he had a big night too.
But that's man, if you go back and watch this game, just watch their offensive line in the first half and the way they pull and the way their blocking angles, and that they were just very impressive on the offensive line tonight. That's and like Mike said, all you can do is go back to work. That's it. Got to go back to work.
Got to go back to work.
You want to look at these stats if you want to pull them up.
He had them up.
Did he?
So,
Northside came back they had minus yards rushing in the first half, so they came back and almost got their total yards up to 200 in the second half.
In the second half.
Yeah, BSU had a big second half, and but total yards 343 for Rogers. Most of that was in the first half. Northside ended with 195. So they kept their heads up. They barely had – I don't even think they had 20 yards rushing in the first half. So they rushed for well over 100 yards in the second half. So that's a highlight right there a little bit. Maybe that give you a little positive energy going into this week. But like you and Mike said, it don't get any easier with Bentonville next week at Bentonville. So –
no, it's going to be a tough chore, and you've got to go play them at their place. And I don't know, Bentonville, you never, regardless how good you think they are or how average you think they are, they're going to give you a game. They're well coached. It's a good program. They got a lot of history and a lot of tradition. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough win, but it's got to start tomorrow when they come in and, get their ice treatments and then stretching and look at some film and figure out what you can and can't do and what works and what doesn't work.
Absolutely. That's what you got to do.
Well, I just, I want to say thank you to everybody that contributed tonight. Our team, it's a tough job, but I appreciate what they do. They get up here early. It's late when we leave. Man, last night we did a volleyball game and the coaches show in the arena, and when it was over, then we brought the equipment over to the press box, and so it was late getting that done. And then Jonathan and his crew got over here about 1:30 today and started putting everything together, and then came back at 5 and started hit and go. So it's definitely a process, and I appreciate what they do. Thanks to R&R Curry, who provided the meal this afternoon for our players. And as always, Chick-fil-A, who is our major sponsor. Hannah Cox coming in, had her husband and one of her kids with her tonight, and we appreciate their involvement with the Grizzly Sports Network. And she is so fun to work with. She's the executive director for the Rogers location and the new one out on Century Drive. If you haven't checked that one out, you need to go, and they'll get you in. Don't be discouraged when you see that line. Just pull in and let them do what they do.
I think that's about the only fast food restaurant that I pull into that I don't worry about how long the line is.
Yeah, me too. Well, that's going to wrap it up here. We've got a volleyball game Monday night. Springdale comes to town. So Matt Wack and his girls, I thought I'd see him tonight. I don't know if he came to the game, but his daughter owes me a joke. She tells me jokes, and she wanted to tell me one more last week and wasn't able to do it. She had to go home and go to bed, and said she'd do it tonight. So maybe we'll save that for our next home game. But we will be back on the air, probably come on about 5:45 in Bentonville next Friday. Kickoff will be at 7, and need to get our head straight. Between now and then, we're looking forward to the road trip. This is our first road trip of the year. It's been a nice run.
And Bentonville's a nice place to broadcast a game from.
Except for that steel beam that's right in.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
No, but it is a nice place.
It is.
But yeah, we'll be there and bring you all the action. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. The Hogs play Notre Dame tomorrow. I think kickoff is at 11.
That's it.
Just took a loss from Memphis. Hopefully they can get back on the W side with a win against Notre Dame. They're struggling a little bit.
Yeah, they are, and been reading something about that. Their defense is not playing as well right now as they did last year, and I think Coach Holtz is going to be at that game.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, I remember going to watch him play. They were playing SMU, and the winner went to the Orange Bowl, and I remember being in the stadium when the Razorbacks won the game and they started throwing all those oranges. I mean, you talk about a sea of orange. And then when they interviewed him after the game, he said, what did you think about all those oranges that were being thrown on the field? And he goes, man, I'm just thanking the good Lord we weren't going to the Gator Bowl.
I remember that, and I got hit right in the middle of my back with an orange. That thing came from the top row.
Yeah,
I was like on fifth row, and it nailed me.
Oh man,
that stung.
Well, Jeff, I'm sorry that we had to.
You just hate to see it happen
tonight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to these Grizzlies. Coach Mirocke getting them where they want to be. I know he just wants to get through this season. He had a very, very short time to prepare. And these coaching staff are doing everything they can to try to get these kids where they want them. And they just didn't have enough time really to get rolling. So they're trying to learn on the fly now. And it's hard to do when you're playing teams like this. But you got to accept the loss knowing that things are going to get better. No question about that. They're going to get better. We are so blessed to have Don Mirocke as a head football coach. And he's got a lot of passion for the game, and he's excited for the future. And so each game we just got to keep getting a little bit better and a little bit better, work on things. The only negative things is that this competition keeps getting better.
Yeah, it does. And, Coach Mirocke, he has a big job. He's got to keep himself pumped up. He's got to keep his staff pumped up, and the kids, the community, the administration, all the students and the staff. And he's got to keep everybody.
Big job.
It is.
Big job.
And especially keep his staff pumped up, and they got to keep each other pumped up, and they've all got to work together to keep these kids pumped up and keep them excited about coming in on Saturday or Sunday or whatever day it is, and try to get them maybe to do a little extra work on their own.
Well, Jeff, thank you
bet.
for what you do. And Mike's already probably halfway back to Rudy.
Yeah, I'm sure
Appreciate
he is.
him, and thanks for what he does. Hope you have a safe trip back to Ozark, and enjoy tomorrow. I'm sure you turn the hogs on.
I'll be at the golf course when the game
that's right.
starts. So
But you'll have a TV
Oh,
there.
yeah, we'll have the TV.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, go visit Jeff at Ratcliffe Country Club.
Yeah, Little Creek Country
Yeah.
Club in Ratcliffe.
That's right.
Little
That's
Creek.
right.
Yeah, come on out,
That's
play
right.
around them too.
Well, that's going to do it here from Mayo Thompson. The Bears dropped this one 52-12. We're on the road to Bentonville, so everybody have a great weekend. The weather looks to be awesome. Enjoy it. Get out and enjoy your family, and take advantage of these beautiful sunny days that we're going to have for the next 4 or 5 days. Until then, go Bears.